What it do? I thought you was gonna bust them titties out, girl. What you doing? Okay, how far have you pre-gamed just
X-Men,
so
yes.
we know what to eat? Okay.
X-Men. Yes, I have a bunch of them.
Wait, what? Oh my God.
Oh.
You know what? I can't with you tonight.
So,
Anywho, go
how's
ahead.
everybody doing today?
I would not complain at all. I'm
I
sleepy.
mean, it ain't gonna change nothing if she did.
I mean, if I cuss a few folks out, it might make me feel better. It's a little seasoning to my soul. But I'm just saying, time and
But
place, time and place.
that's how black people get our little jollies off. We'll cuss your ass out and then be like, "You want something to eat?"
I love you. Be like, I love you. Yeah, that
So,
toxic cuteness.
anywho,
You were telling us something before we went live.
that my week is shit because I'm in class
No,
now. No, what was I talking about? I be.
something about Ted Turner and something.
Oh yeah, okay. So Ted Turner was quite the philanthropist, and
Yes.
um, he started the United Nations Fund. There was a fund that he started, the United Nations Foundation, and he also had pledged and actually followed through with giving away most of his fortune upon his death. And now I do remember this cartoon, but until I was watching the CNN special about him, I had no idea that this was his thing. Captain Planet. Y'all remember Captain Planet?
I
Captain
do.
Planet, he's our hero.
I
Yeah,
do.
Ted Turner started that because he was trying to educate us on the pitfalls that we had on some of our environmental challenges. I do remember when I was in middle school, they talked about it was getting hotter because the aerosol cans were creating a hole in the ozone layer that was tearing every year. And that's
I remember hearing
when
that.
companies started switching from aerosol cans to, like the little pump cans and stuff like that. So I said that because y'all, I'm in school. I've decided to go back and get my master's. And I had to decide on a topic, a trend topic. And that's what I chose was sustainability, the three P's, and whether or not, a company puts profit over people.
What it do,
Um,
Sean? Welcome to the
hey,
screen. What?
Sean, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, rocking to the beat. No, but seriously though, you could tell if a company is putting profits over people and planet, and
Mm-hmm.
you could just tell by the way they move. You know what I
They've
I
mean?
mean,
always been doing that, like always.
yeah.
No, no. The thing is
What it
that
do,
it's
Benny
only
Mac?
become. Hey, Benny, it's only became a thing in the last 20 years.
So since we're talking about this, and Benny hopped in the comments, I'm gonna go ahead and give him a shout out. One, because he's a local owned business. Two, he's a local black owned business. Three, he celebrated how many years in business at the shop? Is it
How
20,
many years, Benny?
23, 24, Benny? Correct me because I feel like I'm getting it wrong. And
Hey, Rob.
and I'm gonna say, hey Ronnie Ann, how you doing? And I'm gonna give Benny a shout out because since you were talking about philanthropy and like doing a lot in the community,
Hmm.
literally I think we've known each other 10 years now. And ever since I've known him, he's one of the people I can say hands down puts his money where his mouth is as a Black men as a mentor, as a business owner, like working as a mentor to the young boys, doing camping trips and all those things.
That's
When he
what's
was on the
up.
radio show that shall not be named, he was always promoting. Anytime I had something going on or anybody had something going on in the community, let him know, and he was gonna make sure you got some airtime to promote it and really put the word out there for you. So kudos to you, Benny, for being a stand-up guy. You just came in at the right time, and he's one of our sponsors. So shout
And
out to Benny Max on first.
what's so funny is what we talked about is that philanthropy, true philanthropists don't brag about it. They don't talk about it. They don't beat their own horn. Other people tell you. That's how you find out about true philanthropists.
Right. Hold on 1 second. Sean, can you hear us? Oh, he just clicked out. Okay, let me message him. Go ahead, Gypsy.
And then we got the other Sean over there with he got a bear or something in the house with him.
Oh my God.
I'm like, what the hell is that?
I mean,
Sean, I hear that.
I mean, well, if you hear it now, then that's not me. I turned the ice maker off because that's what I thought it was, but I don't
Maybe,
hear
maybe,
nothing.
maybe it's her and her fluffy.
Bitch, don't come for me tonight. I did not.
and her fluffy and her fluffy. Do it talk now? I'm like, "Rrr,
Don't come for me
rrr."
tonight. I'm over here
Wait,
minding my business.
wait a minute. Do you know what that came from? I just thought about it. Do y'all remember Wait to Exhale? And
Yes.
he said, grrr. She said, grrr.
So I mean, I can't lie. I've never
Sean,
seen
can you
that
hear
movie.
us?
Hold on.
Say something.
No, nah,
Yeah,
he good now. He good
I can
now.
hear
Okay.
y'all. I couldn't hear nothing on
Cool.
my. I don't know what my laptop had going on. It was malfunctioning.
We got you. You good? Welcome to the screen with
Welcome
us.
to the
You've been in the
show.
comments and showing up. Look, you let us rope you in. You're gonna be on here with us moving forward, okay? Don't
Oh
come
my
with that
god.
truth tonight.
Now we got
Um,
two Seans. We're going to have to say SP and Sean.
we're gonna have to
I mean that's
goddamn, because I
what
was gonna
Wait
say
a
initially
minute.
when they sound just
Now,
that
alike.
that
And
that's
wait
what
a
my
minute now.
that's what
Don't.
my screen say. SP.
Hey, wait a minute.
then Sean E. So that's why I was
Wait a
like,
minute. I just got a question. I
mhm.
got a question because I saw him grab something and I was like, not you too.
What you sipping on?
Oh,
Hey,
hey.
come on through. What you sipping on?
That's that Corona sunburst.
Oh, that looks
Mm.
good.
It's
Okay.
pretty good,
Is it like
actually.
an
The,
orange flavor, citrus flavor, or
the
something?
It's a
I
citrus
think
flavor.
yeah, I think it already got the lime in it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it got a
that'll be
little
good.
lime and a little orange.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
okay,
that
okay.
sounds like
Well, come
that's
on
gonna be
through.
good. Might have to
Well,
do
It
that.
well,
actually is.
okay. I am eating. Let me tell y'all what happened to me last night. I'm not fucking with y'all tonight. I'm not drinking alcohol because I don't drink a lot, and it knocked me on my ass last week. And I went to sleep last Monday. My eyes was dry, my head was hurting, my mouth was dry. I felt
You
like
ain't
I had
drink no
just laid
water.
out. I drink water all day. But because I don't drink a lot, when I do drink, like it really hits me. I went to sleep like I had laid in the desert for hours. I was like, oh no. So tonight,
Oh, lightweight. Oh,
so tonight
oh,
we have some fresh
oh.
apple juice and water. Shut the hell up. And we got some watermelon. Because I swear I almost laid out from heat stroke out there earlier in the garden. I was like, I can't. I I
Mm-mm.
I like to
Oh,
not made
I'm
it to
such a
6 o'clock.
lightweight.
Shut the hell up.
Now is that farm to table watermelon?
Yes. So
You grew
I
that?
actually was supposed to be going to the farm today. So I buy this from a local farm, um, not local in the county, but local in the state. I go to the farmers market, not far from me, and buy from them. But I actually was going to go to their farm today because they're going to teach me how they work the land. And yeah, so I didn't get a chance to go today because I thought about it. I was like,
Okay.
shit, it's Monday. I won't make it back in time because it's like 3.5 hours from me.
Okay.
But I ended up telling another friend of mine, one of my besties that's working on her garden too. And so yeah, we're gonna reschedule with him so we can go down there and learn from him and his kids.
Yeah,
And
y'all do that because the way my stomach is set up and my green thumb, I
They
will.
don't work hand to hand.
They don't work together, and
they're not
I'm going to die.
coordinating.
I'm gonna die, but I can make some wine.
Listen, I was so excited. Okay, first of all, I got some green peppers and some tomatoes that are starting to pop out. And I
Okay.
saw my first little raspberries popping out. I was like, oh,
Oh shit.
yes. Y'all
Oh,
go
so
ahead and
you
tell me shit
excited.
once my little fig trees start producing and my blackberries and blueberries. I'm gonna really think I'm the shit then.
Girl, don't go out there and
Yeah.
start canning every damn thing in the yard. You know,
I
This is why
mean, you know.
that's
this
what
is why
my
I need
aunt
a house
used to do.
with acres.
My aunt used to can everything. I did like her fig jelly though. She
Yo,
Mm-hmm.
made fig jelly. Oh
fig
my
jelly is
God.
the shit.
I
Yes.
love fig jelly. Yeah, she used to make some fig jelly, but yeah, she used to can every damn thing. It's like, damn, muscadine. She had muscadine wine, muscadine this,
Trying to tell
muscadine that.
you. Mm,
Listen, when I tell you them Southerners is not gonna starve, you better get you somebody Southern if we go to the apocalypse. Now,
listen,
Northern folks, we know how to hustle and barter, but them
this is
Southern folks, they
this is why I said I need to marry somebody rich so they can go ahead and let me work on my farm. Cause I mean I love my business, don't get me wrong. But like I was talking to one of my besties, my other besties this morning, and she's in a particular profession and she was like, Jazz, I really am just seeing the need that we have in our community. And I'm like, I feel you. And so she's working on some stuff she wants to start birthing out in the community. And I was like, when you ready, tag me in because this is the whole reason why I like turned half my backyard into my garden and have at this point I have like 15 fruit bushes
but you
because
know what?
I'm like we gonna have to be able to do this in order to not feed ourselves by solo, but to help in the community. Like people, we're
But you
gonna
know
need this. This is
why?
ridiculous.
You know
I'm just
why a
saying.
lot of people turn away from that? Is because of the stigma. Because think about it now.
Yeah,
No, it's not only the stigma, but our our ancestors work hard to get their ass off the farm.
I mean, a
And
lot of people not
a
only turned
lot
away
of
from it from
things,
that gypsy, but a lot of people
right,
turned away from it because their land was taken. Because there's still a lot of people that are farming with no stigma, no issue. They doing the damn thing and proud of it. But a lot of our ancestors had their land stolen. You can't farm shit that you
right.
ain't got.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
Let's just call a
let me
spade a
tell
spade.
let me tell you something.
Let's just call a spade a
So
spade.
y'all know my dad just passed, right?
Yeah.
Um, I was I was looking through some papers
That's
and
the worst thing you can be doing. You
I
find out so much
found
shit.
let me tell you what I found. I found a deed to some fucking land down in Vicksburg, Mississippi.
Mississippi
Right. So that means I'm gonna need to go down there and
and
see
show
what
your
it do
ass.
and show
You
my ass because I got the
gonna have to show
original
your ass.
deed. I got the original deed. It's like written on that old school paper with the little blue thing with the matter of fact. Hold on a second. I'm finna get
But
it
the
because
question is, do some research first. Don't go show your ass. Go do some
no.
research first.
So wait. The thing is, Sean, is I used to do title. I used to do chain of title search. That was one of the things that I did to put myself through college the first time.
Mm,
And so I know how to do it. And I did
Mm-hmm.
call them to do chain of title search.
Mm-hmm.
However, comma, the
But
problem is that Vicksburg is ass backwards. And
Mississippi
none
is ass
right.
backwards,
So
and
none
none of
of
they
their
shit is
records is
digitized.
online. Right. And so I'm going to have to
Mm-hmm.
physically go. And that's what she told me is I'm gonna have to come down there and go through the deed book. And I was like, I gotta come go through the deed book. That means I'm gonna have to go to the basement. Go to the basement, pick all that shit up, those dusty ass books and stuff, and try to
Mm-hmm.
find. I'm gonna have to try to find the block of land. Here it is.
Yep, you might as well be prepared or hire a lawyer to go do it.
Right. So I'm gonna have to find a block of land.
You got
This
two
is the
options.
original deed.
hmm See, this is why I'm saying we have to be having these conversations. We have to be able to build relationships with doctors and lawyers and different specialties, not so they can give us everything free. Yes, sometimes bartering does make sense. Trading services does make
Right.
sense. Working in reciprocity does make sense. But even when you're paying full price or receiving a discounted rate or whatever, you still need to be able to work with people that you trust. And the reason
Right.
I'm saying we need to be able to have these conversations because we got to stop going through our people's stuff and finding stuff. These should
Right.
be
Because
things that are
this,
being put out on the table already ahead of time saying, hey, this is what I got. We need to be checking on it. Let's take a ride. Let's get in the car. We need to be able to
right.
touch base with people that are close and have them checking on it, putting shit on it,
But
working
it's
it so
not
that
gonna be
we're making
hard.
money off of it.
It's not gonna be hard because
So what?
it has the deed book. It has the deed book page and stuff on it, and it has the
But
notary seal.
what we
But
really need to do is to create our own black super PAC and our own party.
I don't.
Not Republican, not Democrat, but our own independent party.
That will never get voted into office because they already trying to take away the little rights that they gave us.
It don't matter because we have our own party. We're an independent party, so it don't matter how they redistrict shit. You just vote independent, and we get the people in the office that can make substantial change, and we can have monies going to a shit. Now with you, Jay, you can actually register your shit as a farm.
I know.
You
I've
know,
already done it.
you know what,
Okay,
Joe?
so
Which means you got homestead, which exempts you from property taxes.
Right.
Already doing it. And that's my point. Like we have to, well, first of all, you can get a homestead, which means your annual taxes are cheaper on your first home, right? On your first property, the property that you live in, because you gotta live in it.
I've been saying it got to be the one you live in.
Yeah. Secondly, a lot of people don't know, and I can't remember the age, so don't quote me. I can't remember whether it's 71 or 75 or whatever it is, because I haven't looked
Mm-mm.
at it in some years. But once you hit a certain age,
It's
you
in
can
the
go.
60s.
Have they moved it to the 60s now? Okay, perfect. Because
Yeah,
it
because
was,
my grandma
yes,
was like that for years.
yes, because it was in the 70s. So I'm glad they moved it because this is something I used to literally have this conversation all the time when I was doing property management actively, especially with older people. And I was trying to help them figure out how to keep their homes from people going and buying their property taxes. They didn't know that they had to go fill out forms. They thought they could just stop paying it. No, you got to go fill out the forms. You got to go talk to them. You got to go get everything turned in and make sure it's documented and create a paper trail. You got to file
Which
it somewhere you can keep up with it and make sure somebody else in your family is
which
able to
brings
keep up with
me
it.
to my very, very most important point.
Say it.
Why? What point did we, as the kids, the grandkids, the nieces and the nephews, stop taking care of our elderly?
I can't figure it out because I was with my grandma up until weeks before she passed. I was
Baby,
driving, I was flying. You wasn't gonna stop me from seeing my chicken legs, my baby. Okay, I
that's
just can't
babe. That's
understand.
I tell people quit fasting in a hurry. No cap, no incest. That's my first wife.
She was my. I say it all the time. She was my first soulmate.
Cause
My
baby,
first
who
soulmate.
she might be, like I tell people quit fasting in a hurry. I tell my auntie them this all the time. I was like, it's sad that y'all live 30 minutes, an hour and a half away, and y'all don't go see y'all mama. One of you, like my uncle, she adopted you.
Mm.
Oh wow.
When you came to her, you had worms and all this shit.
Hmm.
She nursed your ass back to health, and you can't drive an hour and a half to go check on your damn mama.
And let me say this. Let me throw this out here because I know Mother's Day just passed, and this was a topic that a lot of people had between behind the scenes, but they're not
Hmm.
always willing to
Say stuff.
speak up and say it out loud. I'm gonna say the thing out loud. Sometimes, because it is what it is, sometimes people have wounded you so deeply and so dangerously that you cannot have contact with them. But that being said, that typically is not the entire family. You get what I'm saying? So my thing is, even when the relationship ain't going this way, there should still be somebody over here, up there, down there, around the corner, around somewhere in the family line that still maintains contact. And I can
And that
use my mom as an example. I'm no contact because of some things, right?
Mm-hmm.
That being said, the few people that I still talk to in my family, no, don't call me talking shit because they're still my mama. Now,
Right.
I may not deal with her, but they
But that
also know if something go down, I need
you
to be
need to
one of them
call me.
first. You need to call me because I'm coming because I'm gonna see about my mama regardless. And
I
number
ain't got to
two,
talk to her to come see about her. I keep
you
telling folks that
understand?
shit.
And don't play about my mom. Don't give a damn. I don't play with me. So that I'm with you, Sean. I can't understand. I can't. And with my grandma, even when it was a 9-hour drive, 12-hour drive, I was
But
getting on the road.
you know,
Okay.
I live in
But
Savannah. I'd have been in Birmingham 3 times in the last shit. I don't even think 60 days
mhm.
for sure since February. I done been to Birmingham 3 times.
And
Mind
I
you,
feel
I work 70 hours a week.
mm-hmm.
Mm.
Nadina said, we are only 14% of the voting block. 1/3 of us are self-hating, so black bloc. So that ain't going to work. Sorry, facts. And what's up, Justice? Good evening, Cass. Hey, hey, hey. Giving a shout out to Justice and the podcast that he is on. I swear I get it wrong every time. Please put it in the comments for us, Justice, because I don't want to say it wrong again. I think I butchered it last time. What is the podcast that you and Said have each week? So that being said, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you because I don't understand. Like I was talking to one of my cousins a couple of weeks ago, and I got to circle back to that. I just randomly woke up one Sunday morning and was texting my cousin like, "Hey, I want to start making a family tree." Now he knows I don't talk to most of the family on my dad's side because they crazy as hell in these most recent generations, and we all got the same crazy. So it's best we keep our distance, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I said to him, I said, even though I don't deal with all of them, that doesn't mean that I don't want to maintain relationships with the people that I do have relationships with, and it doesn't mean that I don't want to understand where I come from. And I
Mm-hmm.
said, you're one of the only people that I know that truly has a complete history of the last, 3, 4, 5 generations. And God forbid when something happened to you, ain't nobody gonna have it. I said, so me and you, if I don't do nothing with it but have it,
We
and that
need to.
way, if somebody ever asks, so we literally spent hours on the phone going back to great, 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 and then all the kids, and then all the grandkids, and all the cousins, and we still got a lot to cover, but those simple things, and I think that's part of why we're so disconnected now. It's not because people don't care, and it's not because people don't want to build relationships, but I think the disconnect in some of the generations, because people move, because records are lost, names are misspelled, that makes it harder. Like my last name, my maiden name, last I counted, there were like 3 different spellings, and we're all in the same family. But because records literally were oftentimes written how they sounded instead of people fact checking things when it came to us, a lot of the times for birth certificates, death certificates, and different things. Like in my immediate 2 and 3rd degree cousins, we all got different variations. You're shaking your head, Sean. Hold on one second. Justice said thoughts from.
Your boy
Okay,
podcast.
I
That's
was
the
like,
name of the
ooh, that all
podcast.
ran together. My bad, y'all. Forget my eyes. Thoughts from your boy. I want to say thoughts from my boy, and I was like, that don't sound right. Thoughts from your boy podcast. Hey, Alicia. Giving a shout out to Alicia, another one of our sponsors, local in the Birmingham area. If you need that good, that's all
Oh,
I'm going to say.
oh.
You
They
gotta
are.
say it better. You gotta say it better than that. You can't just say if you need that good, good. That could mean
Because
a lot
that
of
could
different
mean so
things.
many
We
things.
not talking about pussy. Let me say it that way. Okay.
Hey, that could be that Glock 3000. Hey.
we, we come out in the kitchen, okay? Whether you need
Oh,
it in
okay.
liquid form or in food form, if you looking for
Okay.
that
All
good,
right.
they
That's
got what
that's
you
all I
need.
that's all I'm saying. Just clarify.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah, y'all don't call with no bullshit. If you want their contact information, definitely don't hesitate to send us a message. The email and
Yeah.
the link to our form is in our description on every video, so you can always shoot us a shout out and we will get you connected with them. Infused
And that's
adult
yeah.
treats. That's what
Yeah,
I'm talking about,
that's what
Alicia.
I'm about to say. 420, baby. That's what she talking about. 420.
Infused adult treats. Love it. Yes. And be careful because they will knock you on your ass. Ask me how I know. That's
I
all
mean,
I'm gonna say.
that's what people want. They don't want
Yes.
no bullshit.
With
But,
listen, every
That's
time I see Alicia, she be like, "You want a cookie?" And I have to think about it like
maybe.
yeah, see, you
uh,
know, when you're a lightweight, that's what happens. But
ain't
now
nobody asked.
first, I gotta address a few things. So going back to what Nadina said, you know, we gotta make a change amongst ourselves. You know, those numbers are only based off of what actually happens when we know there's mad people, you know, people with melanin that don't even vote because they feel like they vote won't count. So that would change percentages there. But also, those percentages getting taken away from those other motherfuckers is going to change their outcome on their end. You know, people don't look at it like that. And then also, as far as the records go, man, what you really have to do is because we were sold, we were sold. So they have records. So if you go to the actual records, they exist, and you could trace back, and you can find it no matter if it's 15 different spellings. You can
Mhm.
find everybody if you go to those official records and from the start of it and say, okay, this is where I came from, and you can literally find everybody no matter how they spell it different. But you gotta go back to those original records because we were sold just like they sell cattle today, and they could trace that cattle lineage back, and that's why I'm paying 55,000 for this bull because of where he came from. So I know he good stock. That's the same thing they did with us. Those records exist.
And
They
I'm
just
not
try
saying
to
that they
tell you
don't.
it doesn't.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they don't. What I'm saying is, I guess my whole point that I was trying to make was even before we get to that point, because that takes a lot of time, that takes a lot of effort and energy, and it's worth it. It is. I'm gonna always advocate for that. I do advocate for there are people out there that do it professionally. So my goal has been at some point, and I did meet a young black woman that does it. My goal has been at some point, I just want to pay her to do it
That
because
part.
it makes sense to let the expert do the job. You understand what I'm saying? But before we even get to that point, I I'll speak for me. My grandmother's mother died when she was 13, and my grandmother was the oldest of four, right? And their um their grandmother raised them, Mariah. That's all I knew was her name, Mariah, for years because they had been through so much trauma. Nobody talked about it. And that's what we're still dealing with now in our age group is a lot of people's parents and grandparents went through so much trauma that they weren't talking about things. I learned things from my grandmother in her last few years that her own kids didn't even know because I would sit up. I had been through a car accident at that point. I was doped up, sleeping through the day, awake at night, or couldn't sleep at all, you know. And a lot of times me and my granny would be on the phone. I don't know if y'all know that game Chuzzle, but this was back before it was popular on a cell phone, like it was a computer game. We both be on our laptops playing Chuzzle at 2 o'clock in the morning talking. And she would just, I would ask her, well, Granny, what about such and such? And I called her Grammy, Grammy. But Grammy, tell me such and such. Grammy, tell me such and such. And she'd be like, well, I really don't want to talk about it. And I would say, but I want to learn. I want to and so she would share because I cared enough and I wanted to hold that space. So I
Mhm.
learned things that nobody else did. And when I would mention things, they'd be like, what? 2, 3 generations of that happening, 4 or 5 generations of that happening. Now, a lot of us don't know where we come from. And I'm not saying we all came from Africa because everybody didn't come from Africa. And everybody wasn't a slave. But that being said, a lot were, and a lot of our history has been lost.
But that's
Yep.
that's
We got to
that's a
find it.
whole nother thing that people don't understand is that even before Americo Vespucci, who was the first motherfucker that came over here way before Columbus, black people had already came here. I mean, We built the first universities. We were selling the oceans. I mean, Mansa Musa, his brother, who was the original king, set out on a voyage and actually came over here, and he never returned home. Now we don't know what happened there, but he came over here to the Americas. Was over here, and he brought, I forget the numbers. It was at least like 100, 200 ships he brought with him. One ship came back. So wherever they ended up, they basically stayed there, which was over here in North America, what we call North America today. But even before all of that, when everything was the archipelago, everything was together before the continent split apart. We were walking, and we walked places, and that's how a lot of indigenous people were indigenous to those places. There's no coincidence that there are pyramids in Africa and there are pyramids in South America. That's not a coincidence. And
Yeah.
we built those shits. And even today, other people can't figure out how the hell we built those shits because we were so mathematically inclined and so advanced.
I'm with you.
And I hate to say it, but we taught those motherfuckers how to wash their ass. They still don't
I
do
knew
it
you were
right.
gonna do it.
I was gonna
I
say
knew
they
That
it.
still
part.
don't do it right.
But we
That
taught them how
part.
to wash their ass.
Hell, I work with too many of them, and let me tell you something. As a truck driver, and I think Gypsy can agree with me on this because she's military. You find out that them motherfucker is the nastiest of the nastiest. That
You ain't
correct me if
even
I'm
gotta
wrong,
be
but
in the
they smell
military.
like wet
You ain't
dog
even
on the
gotta
liver.
be in the military. Just go to the bathroom and let them go to the bathroom at the same time. They will walk out of there without
Sean,
washing their hands.
this one is directed to Sean. How many times do you go in the bathroom and see another grown man touch his shit, use the bathroom, then walk the fuck out?
I'm gonna tell you it pissed me off, but what pissed me off more are the fake motherfuckers that would go turn the water on, stick their hand under the water, and turn the water off. Like,
What was the
You
point? You
know
ain't use
damn
no
well you
soap.
ain't wet your hand. You ain't do
But them the ones
ew.
you can. Them the ones that they mama used to have to beat their ass in the shower.
That's why I don't do potlucks.
Justice said North America
Never.
too. And you said a whole word. Listen, you want something? No, thank you.
No, I'm good. I brought my lunch.
And
Besides,
real
but
talk,
look,
that's why I pray over everything.
besides the raisins, the fact that you probably got a cat walking across your damn table in the kitchen.
Or you feeding the cat or the dog off the same spoon that you using it.
Oh, oh
You
my
let the cat or
God.
the dog taste it first.
no.
Ooh.
And then take that same spoon and stir some shit up. Like, yeah, this gonna be good. Oh
Oh
Yeah.
no.
God.
Oh my God. No, and for real though, that's why I pray over everything I eat. I don't care what restaurant I'm in. I don't care how many stars it got. I don't care how upscale it is and
Right.
valet parking and how expensive. I don't give a
Right.
fuck. I don't even care what the score on the wall said because sometimes that ain't even always accurate or they did enough because they had a heads up. I pray over everything I eat and everything I buy in the grocery store. I try to wash it, all my fruit and stuff. Because listen, folks will really go use the bathroom or cough right in their damn hand or scratch their ass and go touch every fucking thing in the store.
Man,
So
it's worse than
That
truck
listen,
part.
stops. I watch motherfuckers. Let me tell you something. I do not eat off roller grills and gas stations and truck stops. Okay,
Mm.
because
that's crazy.
I watch the people. You go use the bathroom. I heard you in there taking the biggest shit. Not just saw you, but I heard. Blip, 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 blip. And then you go your ass right. Don't wash a lick of hand. Go your ass right on out there and touch them tongs to get them hot dogs off that roller grill. And obviously, you don't need to be eating that shit because that would just had you in that bath.
Wow. That's
That's
funny.
why I don't eat anything out of the gas station anyway, because
If it
no.
ain't packaged, I'm not eating it.
And that's another reason why people, I was talking about something with somebody, and I think I mentioned Golden Corral like from years ago, because I probably hadn't stepped in the Golden Corral in like 10 years.
Baby, I don't
And
do
they were
no
like, I
thing.
can't even see you as somebody that will do like a buffet. I said, literally, the only time I would go was
when they
like,
first opened.
yes, I was in my car in the
Mhm.
I
parking
was the
lot
first
waiting for
person
them
there.
to open the door because I want to go
Mhm.
in and fix my plate before anybody has a chance to breathe on it, cough on it, anybody badass baby kids touch
Mhm.
all the shit and put it back,
Lick the
run
roll and
their
put it
hairs
back
up
on the
on
thing. Oh
everything.
my god!
Right. And I'm still gonna pray over because I don't know what the hell they was doing in there in the kitchen. Like,
But guess
That
what? Just
part.
because them same folks that's in the kitchen, even though they got a big ass sign that say "Workers, please wash your hands," them folks still don't wash their hands.
They asking them shit. They begging them. They ain't making them.
no, you know
Oh
what my
my.
issue is? How you gonna have a sign up and tell them they gotta sanitize and wash their hands, but your bathroom look like a fucking horror scene?
Yeah, that
How?
part.
Yeah. But I ain't gonna lie. Now I don't do buffets often, but it's been a minute since I've been to Vegas. But my favorite thing is to go to the Wynn buffet. That shit be slamming. It be slapping. It be all that shit. But yeah, normally I don't do buffets because I feel y'all. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta do it.
And the only other
I
one that I would do, I'll do a Chinese buffet in a minute because they don't play.
Well, I'll do the one on the cruise ship only because there's somebody actually serving you. There's
And
not you're not
I
you're
feel you
not
on that. I
you're
feel you
not
on that.
serving yourself. They're serving you. It's a
I feel you.
buffet, but they're serving.
I
And
feel
See,
you.
so
I feel
yeah.
the
you.
cruise ship is a buffet of germs all in it damn self.
Facts.
It is.
Right.
You just
Listen,
gotta
how
stay
about
safe and covered and keep it moving.
I just canceled my shit for this year because I was supposed to go somewhere in October when they talking about another virus is running around and shit. I was like, yeah, hey, I'm gonna see y'all next year. I ain't going
I
this
swear
year
I'm mad because
because
that's what I
I'm
was supposed
not
to do for
finna
my
do that.
birthday. I
Yeah,
was
I'm
going
not
to
finna
Listen,
do that.
I
I'm
was
not
gonna
we
do
had
doing
one in
that.
just been
October for
saying
my
I have
birthday.
not been on a cruise since
In October,
before
that's when I
COVID.
was going.
Hmm
Yeah, I
I
was
have,
going in October, and I'm not doing
you're
that.
not going.
Mm-mm,
I
mm-mm.
have not been on a cruise ship since 2019 because COVID hit after that, and I was like, I will not. And I was gonna do it this year because yes, and now I'm like, ah,
Well, try
I'm not
again in
I
gonna
6
do
did
it.
it.
years.
I did it last year, but I made sure I had a balcony, all of that stuff, because if something did break out, I was gonna be able to get some fresh air and shit in my room. That part, like so.
Listen,
So look, this is the thing. Is this
mm,
this leads into our topic,
that's where I
addicted to
was
the
going.
almost, because there's like the almost, like I almost did this. We almost made it. And you know what? We all are guilty of that.
Absolutely.
We're all guilty of
How
potential.
many of us
Of
have dated the potential?
dated the potential.
You
That's
gotta
it,
call it.
Sean. That's it. Dated the potential.
That's
Man,
actually how we chose this topic, isn't it? We were
right.
talking about
Yep,
when
dating the potential. When you did,
yeah,
when you see that they ain't quite where you want them to be, but they got potential.
they close. I can work on them.
Listen, let me tell you something. Now,
Mm.
y'all forgive me for this, but this is what I'm gonna say. Listen, at this big age, if you ain't got your potential, you ain't gonna get it. Cause see, we
See, but here,
55, 56. If you ain't got your potential, listen, you halfway to the gate. If you
but
ain't
see,
got your potential by now, eh, you gonna wind up in heaven and they gonna say, I know y'all lying.
but the problem with that is some of these folks' mamas lied to their ass.
Wait, what?
Some of these folks' mamas and daddies lied to them
Okay, what do you mean?
Facts.
because most people's parents. I'm gonna say most, not all, but most people's parents lie to them and tell them you can be anything you want and you put your mind to. I'm gonna pause right there for the
Well,
knowing,
or they know that they kid is
but
physically
but then
physically
that,
challenged.
that
They virtue,
That's when you
not
hit them
as
with the
look,
bless.
look, look,
human.
look, look, look.
But that's when you hit them with the bless they hard.
But
No, that's when they dress them real nice.
that's where that came from. That's the reason that was good.
You just dress them real nice.
But, but for real. Cause see, I know I'm the youngest
Wait a
one on
minute.
this.
Justice said,
I'm
damn,
the
yes.
youngest one on here. So
Hold on, Sean, 1 second. Justice said, damn, yes. What were you saying? Yes to Justice?
Because I said that's when they not as attractive as you would like them to be, and you just dress them real nice.
My God. Okay, Sean, you were saying you're the youngest one on here. Go with it.
So with me being the youngest one on here, I believe my generation really started the generation of illiterate motherfuckers.
The participation trophy.
Yes. Yes, we started that. And I think it is because see, here's the thing. It ain't even the participation trophies. We were the elementary kids when George Bush created No Child Left Behind.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh
And,
shit.
I
and
was in
and it was,
elementary school when they created that.
but you know
Damn.
I was
what?
like
Wait a minute,
kindergarten, first
Essie.
grade.
You know what it was? That, and I'm gonna tell you something. Since you say you was kindergarten, first grade, I remember when he created that. You know why he created that? That was right around the time that them football players started saying, "I can't read and I played for the NFL." That's when
Michael Vick.
Dexter Manley, Dexter Manley came out, and Dexter. I remember when he said
Did you
he
say
couldn't
Michael
read.
Vick too?
I thought it was Michael Vick. Wasn't it
I
him?
No, I know it was Dexter Manley back in the 80s because I remember when he said he couldn't read, and we was all
Okay,
like,
well, even if it
"Oh,
wasn't him, we know for a fact R. Kelly couldn't read.
Yeah.
And my
yeah,
favorite, one of my favorite people, Fantasia, when she won
oh yeah,
American Idol,
Really?
she couldn't read.
yeah, she
I
can't
didn't know
read,
that. But yeah,
yeah,
I remember being in college and traveling. My bestie at the time was the boys basketball manager, and I was the girls basketball manager. And I sat in plenty of classes with, Lord, I almost called them dumb. I don't want to say that.
They
A lot
see,
of
here's the thing.
unlearned people
But see,
that were getting a pass and riding that bus and not having to take them tests and not
you
being
know
held to the
why they
same
was
standard
getting,
we were
you
being
know
held
why they
to.
was getting a pass. They was getting a
They
pass
were making the
because
school money.
that's right. That's exactly what happened. And now that they have started making it so that the college players get.
Why are you raising your hand?
why is you raising your hand?
I just
Yeah.
want to say, somebody please come correct me to Jay so she can stop stroking his mic like.
I know, right? I was just like, I was trying to ignore it, Sean. I
She's
seen her
sleeping. Leave her
stroking it.
alone.
She be
Let
stroking
her.
it.
She's sleeping. Leave her alone.
She be stroking. Hey,
You see how they listen, I'm over here
I'm just saying, I was trying.
I'm
Listen,
I'm
Sean, did
trying to
you see?
listen
Wait,
and
Sean,
pay
did you
attention.
see?
And
You
be
see
like,
me? I was looking over here. I was trying not to look over there because I seen her stroking, and I was like, "God damn, she needs some dick." I'm like, man, she can't even get through the podcast. She didn't fuck this hair up and everything. Look at that.
no, because I'm
He got
sleepy. Like,
look, she didn't pull patches out and all that. I'm like, shit. I said, let me look over here. Maybe she.
Y'all do my girl so wrong.
I mean, I'm just saying, look at it. He lopsided. He got patches and shit in his head. You she gonna give him a ball spot. Like,
oh
damn.
my God. You see how I'm over here minding my business, just innocent, not bothering
No, you minding
nobody.
it. You minding its business.
I'm sleepy.
Listen,
I was
it
doing it
ain't
to
gonna
try to keep myself awake. I'm
it ain't
sleepy.
gonna get no harder than it is right now. I promise. I promise it ain't.
The
Yeah,
potential of the
Sean,
almost.
Sean. Did you see Sean's face? Both the Sean's. It ain't gonna get no harder. I don't care how much you pull on his hair. It ain't gonna get no harder than it is
Oh
right now.
my
Now that's
God.
the addiction of an almost for sure.
That's you addicted to it almost for sure, for sure.
Oh God.
Girl, you ain't
Oh
gonna never
Lord.
find one that big. Well, maybe.
Oh my God. No. If they came with something like that, I'm gonna tell them go on and pack it up and go home, baby. I can't help you with none of
No,
that.
not the way you stroking that. The fuck you
Stroking.
said.
No, I
You
have
be like,
balls and I like them. We're
look,
gonna no.
Hey Sean, she gonna give it the real definition of it's a real boy.
You know what? Y'all must hate me. Y'all must really hate me.
All right, Pinocchio.
But nah,
I
man.
was
I
trying
don't know.
to ignore it. SP, I was trying to ignore it. I was like,
Really?
okay, she gonna
Okay.
just keep stroking. I said, if I look this way, then maybe I can focus on what it was I was saying. So that, yeah, right.
But
Girl,
Oh my God.
you better call you a maintenance man or something.
I'm gonna say what a mister at. He's like,
Girl, you need a maintenance
Why
man.
y'all assuming I ain't got nothing going? Y'all so damn trifling. You know
The
what?
way
I
you
ain't
stroking
say
that, you need then
I
your
ain't.
maintenance man ain't on his job. He need to be fired. You put
but
put him
man,
on a
but then
you need to put him
again,
on a pip. You know
wait,
that's
but
what you
then
do.
again,
You know,
she could be preparing because
eh,
she could be then talked herself into some shit for the night, and so now she got to get them hands ready to go.
but you know what? And see, this is the thing though. If he's not up to the job, she need to put him on a pip. You know, the performance improvement
If
plan.
you really think Jay Bay got somebody not up to the job, you is foolish.
Come on, Sean. Thank you. Why is she
Not the
over
way
here
she
coming
out
for
here
me?
manifesting.
Look,
No, he said manifesting. Woo!
y'all know me
Addicted
too
to the
well.
utmost.
Y'all know me too well
Yeah,
Addicted
to
to the
man.
think
utmost.
that I would settle for lackluster. Okay.
Well,
Mm-mm.
okay, so wait a minute though.
Hmm?
Since we talking about being addicted to the almost, you can't tell me you haven't ever.
In the
We
past,
have,
yes.
We all have.
Yeah,
cause I ain't
absolutely.
gonna lie.
Absolutely. But that's how I got to be this version of me, right? Like I look at life. I actually wrote this in a paper recently. And I
Hmm.
said it to the professor because she was like giving me some feedback on a paper. And she was like, you just, the way you're coming and the way you weave things together, blah, 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 giving me some accolades. And I was like, thank you. So we had to talk about ancestral connections and communication. I said, if I had to sum up everything that my grandmother gave me, even the things I didn't understand then, but I understand now, I
Mm-hmm.
would say she taught me that I don't bend to the world bends to me.
Mm.
Mm.
And it's taken me years of growth and healing, falling on my face, getting knocked down, getting back up, fighting, being defensive, all of it to get to this version of me to fully conceptualize that and understand that in this past decade of my life, right? But yeah, in my 20s, I probably
I
did
think the
crazy dumb
20s
shit
is all our fuck
in my
up
teens.
years.
Right. But in my
I
30s,
was gonna say because I spent the beginning of mine married to the almost.
Wait, what?
and
I
that's
spent
the
the
whole
beginning of
real
Wait, wait,
thing.
mine
wait,
married
wait.
to the
Do
almost.
tell.
That's the whole real thing, ain't it?
For real?
And let me tell you
Wait,
something.
how long was you married to the almost? Because I was married to the almost, but I waited till I was in the 40s and I was like, God damn, what the fuck was I thinking?
I was married to the almost for 6 and look, Jay know the
What?
almost. I
Six
was
and a half?
married
You said 6.5? Damn,
six
is
and
that the
a half.
magic number? It's a 6.5 for me too. That must be the
Cause
magic number because when you say seven is the mm,
we
7 is
wasn't
the
getting it
number
Seven
of
is it.
completion, and
completion, and that
I
wasn't
ain't
going
getting a
that.
7. Right?
Mm-mm.
I ain't getting a 7. Nah,
Not with that.
So,
not
And
with
Sean,
that.
what made you realize that you were within almost and that was not where you needed to be?
Right.
let's see.
And share only whatever you're comfortable sharing.
No,
Right.
no, no,
And
no,
no
no.
names, no
That
names, and just
story is a story that I would tell for anybody. One of the first things that I learned is when I have to hide who I am
right.
just so you can be uplifted.
Whoo,
Mm,
you said a whole mouthful right there. Do you know how
when
many people been shrinking to try to make somebody because somebody else light don't shine as bright?
or when I got to overcompensate because let's be clear, at the time we got married, I was 18, you were 19. So we were both young and dumb. Get it?
Mhm.
But I was a young and dumb responsible because I had been carrying a family since I was 9 years old.
Oh shit. Well, wait a minute. Pause. Do you think that that made you kind of a little too adult, a little too adult. Like the reason I say that
Yeah,
is because
it made me grow up fast.
I'm thinking about I'm thinking about Michael. And the reason I say that is because Michael never got a chance to be a kid.
No,
And
no, no,
that's
no.
why
I
he
never got a
always
childhood.
wanted to be
I got to
right.
be a
That's why he
kid.
always wanted to be around kids because he never got a chance to be one. And here he is, he's 6'3", and he run around with a kid, and y'all thinking he's a pedophile. No, he's not a pedophile. He's a grown man who never got to be a kid who still has childlike tendencies.
And see, for me, it was I grew up very early. First of all, my mother was a baby with a baby.
Mm.
So I grew up early. She had 3 kids by the time my mama is 4 of us total. Literally this week, tomorrow, the 14-year-old graduates from 8th grade. On Friday, the 23-year-old graduates from the U.S. Naval Academy. In February, the 26-year-old, which would be my sister, had twin girls. My grandmama, who would be 86 in December, is my baby. So when I say I've been carrying a family, I've been carrying a family since I was 9, because everything for grandma, I did it.
Wow.
Balance
And put
checkbook,
this in context. How old are you, Sean?
I'll be 30 in October.
Wow.
Yeah. So when I got married, it just fell right in place. I'm like, I graduated high school, might as well get married. I don't feel like I ain't going to college right now. I got too many people depending on me. I can't do that. And so what I realized is you didn't marry me because you loved me. You married me because you knew you was going to be provided for. You knew you were going to be
Mm.
protected. You knew you were going to be supported. But
Mm.
then you married me and then you realize your mama in your ear and she miserable as fuck. She's a
Mm.
bitter, miserable individual.
Mm.
So instead of allowing you to be happy, she in your ear, and you letting her be in your ear. Her and your miserable ass fucking aunts and shit. Like it was just
That's a generational curse, and I think that's why we do get addicted to the almost is because it's an escape from the toxicity of the ones of our gender at home that are men ain't shit, women ain't shit, women is hoes, men is this, and you know what I'm saying. So when you
yep.
hear that and you hear that blah 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 all in your ear, then you start treating those accordingly because that's what you hear. And and
Hmm.
and especially if they are vilifying your other parent.
And
But
that's
you,
exactly what her
but you,
mom did because it was like,
but
Why you shaking
you
your
can't
head, Sean?
because you can't be looking for an escape, but then carry that with you.
But a lot of times that,
No, I
especially
know a
when you,
lot of times
I mean,
it
you're still
happens.
you
Trust
when
me.
you're young, you don't know any better.
mm-mm.
Like you heard
Exactly,
him
but
say,
so
19
this
and
is this
18.
is this is this is gonna go into a whole nother thing because although you may be young, you don't know any better. Well, it depends on who you're dealing with. But if you trying to
Hmm.
sit there and give that person guidance, like yo, life ain't gotta be like that, but they still want to go down that path.
Ain't shit you can do. And that's where I get to the almost because I tried to educate you. I tried to give you the world. I did. I tried to give you the world on a silver platter, and it was never enough. Or you didn't want to use the tools that I gave you. Yeah, I didn't have. You went to work, okay, but going to work to make the money ain't all you got to do. We grown. You got to pay the bills. You got to
I
manage
got
the
you.
bank account. You got to make sure we got groceries, soap, toilet paper.
Help clean the house.
Oh my God. Please don't get me started on that shit. Now that's a question that I have for all humans. Fuck women, fuck men, everybody. Why the fuck is this? Why do people not know how to clean up?
Hey Dana, thank you for tuning
Hey,
in. And
Dana.
I think that's coddling from parents. Okay, so and the reason I say that, because my mama didn't know how to clean. Like she was the baby of 4. And by the time she
Mm.
came along, her now and my grandmother she didn't play that bullshit.
That's how
But
my grandma is.
because my mom was the baby of 4, her older siblings were already doing the different chores. By the time she came along, there wasn't a whole lot for her to take over. So she never learned how to really cook. She never learned how to really clean in her young child years. She didn't learn how to really cook and clean until she was in her 40s. And the cleaning was because I was always on her ass. Like,
She ain't
clean
pick
this,
up her
But
own
they
toys
act
when
like
she was
you.
a kid.
but
What?
then let me back that up. So I'm gonna touch on that because I noticed that my grandmother, that lady to this day is a neat freak, is a clean freak. My uncle, he's military, he's a clean freak. Them other 3 damn children she got,
And
my
that's the
mama
crazy
being one
part.
of them. I be like,
No,
what
that's
the?
the crazy part. The older 3 siblings, all of them knew how to cook. All of them knew how to clean. Now the uncle, he was nasty, but he knew how to clean. He just didn't.
And
The
that's the
other
same
2,
thing I say about my mama and my auntie.
yeah,
They
the
know
other
how
2
to do
sisters,
it,
they knew how to
but
do all of it. But by the time my mom came along, like I said, she was babied. Like she didn't have to do it. And my grandmother, and now I do give my grandmother props. She was a single mom. She was working full time, so the oldest kids were handling it. But my grandmother also went back to college in her 40s and got her degree, right? So it wasn't like she was sitting at home intending to let my mom just slide through the cracks with all that stuff. It just, and then you have a lot of parents that do baby their kids and do all of it for them.
and I
And
will say
so I
that.
think that's a big part of the problem too, that people don't prepare their kids to go out in the world and thrive. And a lot of men, I always hear them say, my mom was always like, well, when you get a good woman, she'll do it. The fuck? No, sir.
Hello, pause. I got a
No.
good woman, and now, granted, because the way we run our house, she does do 97.5% of the cleaning. Because guess what? Tuesday at 3 a.m. through Sunday at probably 5 p.m., I'm going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I'm at home, I'm gonna take the trash out. I keep a car clean, keep it full of gas. I don't really do a whole lot of house cleaning because I don't have to. And second of
Right.
all, she'd be like, I'd rather you not, because if you fuck up some shit, I'm gonna fuck you up.
So she's probably territorial about the house, but she'll let you do that car because she don't want to deal with the car, but she likes a neat car.
See, no. Now here's another thing, because see, like I said, I was married to the almost the first time.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Now I'm married to the learning how to not be so independent.
Oh.
My wife is very self-sufficient. She's 38 years old, no kids, and she's very self-sufficient. Her mother is very self-sufficient. So there we had some real knockouts almost, because I was like, I am a non-traditional traditional husband. There are certain things that I'm just going to do because that is just what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Like getting gas for a car. I think this the first time in a couple months she was like, I ain't got no gas. I was like, oh. I'm like, okay. Then I realized inflation. That nigga don't want to pay for it. I'm like, you ain't getting no gas because you ain't want to pay for it. You ain't
Um,
scared.
See,
You
what
ain't
had
scared.
happened
But
was
I
no.
also appreciate in that
Right.
she understands the weight that I carry. So she doesn't get upset that she does the cleaning. Cause she was
Right.
like, I ain't gotta pay no bills.
Mm-hmm.
can we pause right there for a minute? Because that's perfect. I forgot to put it in the chat, but this group I'm in, this guy got his ass ate up because he came in there with some bullshit
I
talking
saw
about
it.
okay, did I post it or did you see? Okay,
I
I
because
think
don't
you
know yet.
posted it.
Go ahead, go
did I
with it
post?
though.
Because he was like, I want this kind of woman, and he got all these
Was
qualifications,
it a
and then
poly group?
no,
Okay, because I done seen a
it was
couple of
a
them get their ass ate up recently too. A couple of dudes coming in a poly group with that
oh
stupid
wow,
shit.
it was just a regular black dating group or black something group, but
Mm-hmm.
Oh, honey, he had all this stuff. And at the end, he says, but don't come to me if you're not willing to pay 50-50. Hey, New Year Productions, if you're not willing to come 50-50, if you're not willing to cook and clean, if you're not willing, nigga, who the fuck is you talking to that's going to help pay half the bills and then you want them to do all the house maintenance and all the cooking? Who?
And
Oh,
see, for
no.
me, everybody's definition of 50-50 ain't the same.
Facts. Because it's okay to be 50-50 with both of you are bearing the weight of the relationship and it ebbing and flowing, but I will not be paying no fucking 50-50 on the bills.
And
you want me cooking every day, and you want me cleaning, and you want me catering to you, and you want me making your life easy. Say who? What? Go find somebody else to play with.
Go find somebody else to do it, in the words of my case. Because
I mean, the 50-50 thing it's a debate depending on who you're talking to and what's going on. But a lot of times I'm just gonna point blank say it. A lot of women just are not ready to take direction from men because of what society has said.
And a lot of men ain't raised to take direction from
Hold
women.
on, hold
A lot
on,
of
hold on,
men
wait,
ain't
wait,
raised to
wait,
give
wait,
good
wait,
direction.
wait.
That part either.
God damn it. I did not finish my statement.
But I sure cut your ass off when you was going crazy.
No, I wasn't going crazy. You didn't listen to me. Calm
Okay.
the fuck down. That'd be the first problem. Calm down and listen. Because in a true relationship, although the man may seem like he's this and that, he ain't shit without the woman.
Facts.
Because every decision he makes, she's sitting there talking to him and they having a discussion about it. It's not just him oh, this is what we doing now. Those are assholes.
Those are dictators.
Basically.
Narcissist.
But when
Those
I
are
say
abusive
take
motherfuckers.
when I say take direction, when a man say, you know what, y'all having a discussion, you know what, I don't think you should really do that because of X, Y, and Z. Then you go and do it and X, Y, and Z happen, and then you keep repeating the same damn cycle. That's what I mean by not take direction. But men, just like that saying said, behind every good man, there's a better woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a saying for a reason.
Just like they say, behind every ain't shit nigga is an ain't shit mama backing his ass.
That's where I was trying to go with it before y'all try to jump down and step on my neck.
Ain't no y'all, because I didn't say nothing.
It wasn't a y'all. It was a
agree.
me. It was a me. And
agree.
let me just say this though, Sean. In my own defense, a lot of us that are seriously, furiously independent, it's because of the bullshit we've seen growing up.
And I agree.
And
That
then
much I agree because
that will never be me.
I watched her parents, so I see why. I see why her mother raised her the way that her mother did. Mind you, her father is present. He the GOAT this week because there was an Operation Rescue Sean, and he came and got my black ass.
Hey.
But in general, he could have been a better father, even though he was in the home. He was an.
But wait, that's the thing is that this is something that I noticed. I'm 56. My dad just passed. He was 87. What I noticed is that generation of men, they feel that their contribution to the children is to provide financially, and be absent emotionally. And that's the thing. And that's why we have all these broken children right now. Grown people that are still broken children.
I agree. I totally 100%.
And that's how we get addicted to the almost, because everybody was an almost because of the fact that we are all just broken children. Like, it don't matter how grown you are. If you've got some childhood issues that you haven't dealt with, you're a broken kid.
Hell, I'm here because somebody was addicted to the almost.
What'd you say, Sean?
That's the problem.
Right. Because we got a bunch of kids having kids.
Why not address your issues and deal with them so you can move past them.
Well,
Because the
sometimes.
older generation has made getting
Look, look, look,
mental
look,
health.
look, 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 look,
No,
look,
wait.
look,
Let
look,
him finish. Let him finish that thought.
look. No, no, no,
Has
no.
made what?
Because I've been through trauma just like everybody else, but I chose to deal with it. I chose to face it, deal with it. I'm not putting nobody down for their shit. I'm just saying it's 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 a choice to make. That's the thing. And whether you choose to
Sean,
deal
you're
with it or not,
different. You're different, Sean. You're different.
Generally speaking, we as a people, ain't nothing. It's too many often to even in my generation, people have made going to get help a problem.
no, it is.
Hmm.
My
It is.
grandmama is 86 years old, and that lady don't believe in nothing outside of praying.
And
Hmm.
don't talk about what's going on in this house outside the house.
Right. Don't put
That
our
Hmm.
is
business
the
in the street.
that's the generation that
Hey, Dale.
was before
And if you
us,
do, and in their mind, therapy is going to talk to the pastor.
Right.
But, but, but,
But
because,
however,
however, okay, because I was trying not to say it. So, Sean, thank you for saying it because I really, y'all know how I feel. Listen, I will go to the carpet for anybody when it comes to advocating,
hmm
when it comes to standing up for people or speaking life into people, helping people stand up. Hey, I'm with you. I will get in the mud with you and help you get up. But
but
at
I can't
some
honestly do
point,
more than one
you
to
got to fucking want to because this is how people drown, right? And this is why they tell you you can't save a drowning person if they won't calm down because them motherfuckers will get on your shoulders and drown
drown you.
you because they can't stop flailing and they can't stop panicking. Well, it's the same thing in life. I remember when I was in my undergrad, we had a debate about this. um, and we were kind of split in the class, right? Because
Mm.
half of us were saying people don't change until the pain is hard enough that it forces
Mm.
them to change.
hmm
And then half of us were saying, well, no, some people change because there may be a different motivating factor. Okay.
But ain't
And
that the root of addiction anyway?
Right.
well, so with addiction works because technically your brain chemistry is changed
Right.
Okay.
when you use drugs. Okay. So
Right.
think of it this way: when you use a
But it's not just drugs, it's anything that can alter that serotonin level because
can I
well,
finish my statement?
go ahead. I'm just
Because
saying
I mean, I
because
got degrees in it. I'm just saying.
well what I'm saying is that
I know,
activities
but I
can
couldn't even
also
finish the
create the same
statement.
thing.
Oh, hold
But
on now.
but
Hold on now.
no,
Hold on. Let her
So
finish her statement.
I'm just
right,
saying
I
that there
understand where you're going.
Hey.
I understand where you're going, but can I set the foundation first? That's all I'm saying. Let me be great at what I'm great at. I be shutting up when y'all got the expertise and stuff. Let me talk about what I know. Okay.
But
So,
when you go on, I be talking again.
huh?
I say when you go on, I be talking again.
I got mind control over Debo.
I'm just saying a person that has an addiction can tell you that
See, there you
you're
go.
not
She
being
trying.
correct on that.
She trying. She just trying to let her finish her
But go
statement.
ahead.
Then you have the
Finish.
floor. I promise.
Finish.
So, what the fuck was my point at this point? Like,
You said they was
goddamn.
your mind is altered by the drugs.
Oh yeah. Okay. So before we get to all the other things, because yes, you can be addicted to anything. It doesn't have to be a drug or alcohol or anything, right? Bottom line, your brain chemistry is changed. The way your brain processes, the way you function, the way your body function is changed. So when you do something for the first time, let's say drugs, because that's the example that most people can understand. You do a drug for the first time, your brain gets up here with that high. Every time you do that drug thereafter, you are chasing that very same high, and you're never going to quite get there. That's why it
Mm-mm.
takes more drugs over time, more alcohol over time to get even remotely close to the thing
Mm-hmm.
that you first felt, the high, right? Again, yes, Gypsy, for the point of what you were saying, you can apply that to shopping. You can apply that to sex. You can apply that to gambling. You can apply that to anything in life that you cannot use within moderation with self-control, right?
Right.
All right. So going back to the drug. Yes, Sean, going back to what you were saying, it's close, but not quite the same. Because again, your brain literally trains itself to function off of that experience. This is how people can become functioning addicts or functioning alcoholics. And sometimes you can look at some folks and be like, God damn, that shit all over you. And other folks you really can't tell because it has become so normal for them that they can thrive in it.
Right.
I had a teacher who.
Hold on, Sean. We gotta let Jesse go ahead and say her piece.
Oh,
No,
my
I'm
bad,
not gonna
Jip.
say nothing else.
Oh, what? You
Go
gonna
ahead,
take your
Sean.
ball? You gonna take your ball and go home, man?
The fuck show am.
Ooh,
God damn. All right, go ahead,
Don't
Sean.
nobody care. Get out your fucking feelings. Cause you be giving us the damn blues, girl. Don't nobody care.
I'm
but
just
yeah,
saying, just don't discount it because of the fact that there are people that are listening to us that may be like, see, I don't have a problem.
Nobody's discounting anything.
Yeah, no, like I was saying, let me get there. I use the example of drugs because most people can readily understand that. And then you expand from there to help people see how it shows up in their daily life, right? But what were you saying,
Yeah,
Sean?
it
I was
could
like,
be
yeah, because I
anything,
done met a
like
couple of
a furry Mike.
functional
You know
addicts.
what,
Like,
nigga? Ain't
What you
nobody asked you.
what'd you say, Essie? You said a functional addict.
oh yeah, I done met a couple of those. I had a teacher like that. He was a functional
Oh, yeah.
cocaine user.
You can look right at them sometimes, and unless they have certain tells that you know
Wow.
to look for, you can look if somebody has been, and it don't have to be cocaine, it can be
It could be
anything,
anything.
right? It really be anything.
Because
But this
caffeine
is how,
addiction is a whole problem.
right? But like this is how people can hold down jobs, maintain their house, and do shit for 20 years, and people be like, "Damn, I ain't know it was that bad," because their body has learned to function as normal. That's how and they cannot be normal or feel normal or function if they don't use whatever it is. And then you have some people that just have a less addictive personality or brain or dynamic. And so they can use something recreationally here and there and put it down when they feel like it versus somebody who
Right.
can't function or get out the bed unless they use, right?
Right.
This is why people will kill. This is why people will steal. This is why people will show their whole monkey ass
Some
to
people are
get
addicted to drama.
that too.
Ooh,
Oh
that's
no, they are.
manipulative.
That's
Dopamine.
why.
No, like for real. Some people are
No,
addicted to drama.
that's why shows like the Real Housewives and all that bullshit exist. So they
The
addicted to
And
dopamine
they
it.
hit
make
that you get.
damn good money.
Hell
Yep.
yeah, because people are addicted to drama like a motherfucker.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, this is why social media has taken such a foothold, and especially with the short videos and a lot of the content that people consume, because most of the time we're chasing that dopamine hit to make us feel better, to make us feel good, to make us laugh, to help
So
us
I have a
forget about
question.
whatever it is that we are dealing with in our own personal space.
So did y'all know there's a whole channel? The only reason I found out about it, it made the news here because it was a school here. There's a whole channel dedicated to a fights at school.
I
Oh
wouldn't
yeah.
doubt it. That's
And
crazy, but I
and
wouldn't doubt it.
and it's people that are addicted to making these fight videos at school. They go in the bathroom and fight and they post these videos.
I
And
mean,
some
ain't that
kids
what
got
really World Hit
expelled.
Star? Is that the website?
Y'all
World
from saying
World
that world stuff?
World Star, yeah.
Yeah. Ain't that
That's
like
how
the
That's
it
whole
old.
big
started.
thing about that?
Yeah, that's how it got
Yeah, that
started.
became a
But
thing when
yeah.
I was in fucking high school.
But you know,
Hmm.
that's the thing is that normal stuff is quote unquote boring now. And so, yep, then you get people like that.
I mean, you just made it so obvious.
Right? You ain't even have to do it like that, buddy.
I know. He's
Kinda-
like, well, I'm going for the mic now.
but
Yep,
it's
then you
like,
get
but
people
then
like that.
I think some of
But
that comes back to what we were talking about to begin with, parenting.
Oh yeah.
But
Do you think
that's
the almost? I have a question for everybody. I want you to think about this. Do you think that the addiction to the almost comes from something that they missed in childhood and they're chasing it?
that may be the thing. It just depends because some people could be like, "This is my shot at love,"
Whew, glory.
whereas
Girl.
other people could be like,
Love should
you
have brought
know,
your
this.
ass home last night. No.
Ah,
But
so
other people could be like, this is what a normal life is supposed to look like. So this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and so it just depends on the thought process of the person.
But wait a minute. Now, if they get that, what they say a normal life is supposed to look like, and they are getting that from reruns of damn Cosby Show, that ain't no normal life either.
But
You
we don't
gotta
know where
find
they're
you a
getting.
middle. You gotta
We
find
don't
you a
know
middle ground.
we don't know where it's coming from or what's prompting it. I'm just giving some
I mean, I
you
got you.
know
But
suggestions and examples of what could cause that.
I'm just saying, as latchkey kids, we did watch a lot of TV, and that could be, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was a lot of TV involved in latchkey kids. So,
Who
okay,
virtual assistant
who's
talking?
who
that
virtual
was me.
assistant is saying stuff?
No, that was me. I was turning on my TV to try to look something up. But I agree with you. So going back to something Sean E said earlier, like, hey, sure. I think when you grow up being hyper responsible, it definitely informs how you live adulthood the same way the lack of responsibility informs how you navigate. And there's no one way that it's going to show up. Some people grow up hyper responsible, they get into adulthood and don't give fuck all about nothing. And then because they go to opposite end of the spectrum. And then other people grow up with
That be
little
me.
responsibility, but then
Oh,
they learn and they shift. And in order to be productive, they go to the other end of the spectrum, right? Me, I struggle with that. I grew up hyper responsible. I grew up as the
Hmm.
child of addicts. And if you know what that means, that usually means that you grew up extra responsible. You're the parent
Yep.
a lot of the times as a
Yep.
child.
mhm.
And so for me, I really had to learn. I recognized that, and I think that's why I have focused so much on healing thyself, because I realized, I think by the time I was 23, 24, I was like, God damn, why am I always the mama in the group? Like, I don't
Hello,
want to fix this
somebody.
shit all the time. I don't want to be responsible. That is exhausting. And I remember feeling that way back then, like, oh, hell no. I got to fix this, because if this is how
And
I
that
live
is what.
life and I got to be this, I don't want to get somebody else to do it. Like, sign somebody else up for this bullshit, right? And it,
And
and it, whether it's because I'm a Sagittarius, whether it's because I'm an only child, whether it's because of whoever, whatever, like, I always get well, you're just mean. And typically people don't feel like I'm mean until they're not getting something they want
want
from me,
from
right?
me.
Because I'm so graceful and compassionate and I'm giving. It's my nature. It's just
Say
my
it
heart.
again for the people in the back.
So when I say no, I can say no comfortably and peacefully, because I know I've done whatever it is I feel like I needed or wanted to do for you. And when I don't want to, I'm not going to, and you can't make me
Woo.
feel bad about it. But then it's like, well, you're just mean. Okay, well, I'll take that. I'm okay with that. Right. But it's because I had
Remember
to
that the
learn
next time
how
you
to
call
have
me and ask me for some
boundaries.
shit too.
Huh?
Look, remember I'm mean the next time you want to call and ask me for some shit.
Right. Don't. I mean, right. But I had to learn that in order to change that, I had to develop boundaries and be a healthier version of me and learn how to engage with people without always feeling like I have to fix it or be responsible for their shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And that's
where I
hard as
am
hell to
now.
do.
That's
And
where
that's
I
what
am
So
now.
I'm
It
working
so
on
really
it.
is.
what I'm hearing, fellas, is that J Baby's a spanking. So y'all know what to do.
Yeah,
Somebody
so she could stop stroking that damn. Oh, never mind. Stop.
not the double FU.
Look.
Uh-uh. She
Look,
going
look, look.
fishing. She going fishing.
Ah.
But you
But
know,
no, seriously though, no, everything that you said is. I mean, but that's my whole point. Is that at this point, like, when do you become an adult? You know what I'm saying?
I ain't
Because
never gonna grow up. I'm always gonna be a Toys R Us kid.
I
all
was
right,
just
keep
thinking
it
that in my
paying.
head. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us
Yeah,
kid.
yeah,
I
yeah,
made up
yeah,
my.
yeah, yeah. Y'all know they went bankrupt and went out of business, right?
I don't give a fuck.
And
Okay then. Okay then. So that model does not work.
It
But
does.
and
By the
see,
time it goes bankrupt, listen, they was in business 75 years. By the time they go bankrupt, I'll be dead. By the time
see,
I go
here's the
bankrupt, I'll be
thing.
dead.
I think,
God
75 years,
damn.
I can do it.
So you ain't gonna see 80, huh? You 75.
Man,
That's a hard cutoff for you.
that's a hard cutoff for me because if that means I gotta start being responsible and shit, I
Mhm.
gotta file chapter 7 and reorganize. Nah, fuck that.
Mhm.
Fuck that.
well,
Nah.
damn.
I'm so done.
No, I
Okay.
think I think I think they shit would be like chapter 12 or chapter 13.
Where I
But
have to
anyway,
restructure anything where I have to restructure and try to do shit the right way, I'm be like, yeah, nah, I'm out of here.
but
And
anyway,
I'm out.
nah. Like I was saying, nah. What Jay was saying is exactly. I mean, it's true. But that's my whole point. Is like when you grow up now, growing up doesn't mean you can't still be a kid at heart. I mean, hell, I got on that X-Men T-shirt. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
I got a Superman one somewhere.
You know what I'm saying? So it
And
ain't it ain't it ain't like I'm sitting here just like, oh, I gotta have a shirt and tie on every day. Nah, I'm just saying that
I don't
when
even know
when
I'm
you
tired
can
of being responsible, Sean.
no
I've
no
been
no no no
responsible for
see
somebody since I was 19.
oof.
but see, I'm not saying being responsible for somebody. I'm just saying being responsible for yourself
Because
and
at
being
what point, that was
responsible.
my question. At what point do people, so back to the point where Gypsy said, people in these childhood traumas, okay, you 45, at what point do you stop blaming your mama and daddy for your bullshit?
I didn't stop blaming my mom and daddy, but I've decided that I don't want to do shit. I don't want to
Okay,
do
so
shit that society.
that that's
I don't want to do shit that society expects me to do. I'm
that's
through with that
that's
shit.
that's apples and oranges. What I'm talking about is exactly what Sean said. At what point do you stop blaming them?
I'm
And in
not
order to
blaming them
stop,
anymore.
no,
I'm
no,
saying I don't want to do it.
listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying you got to do anything. Shit, I ain't telling you to do nothing.
A
All I'm saying
motherfucking
is,
thing. Just be quiet and listen.
all I'm saying. I didn't you say that. I'm just trying to say that as an adult, you have to get to a point where you say, yes, that did affect me. It affected me this way, that way. It fucked me up. But you know what? I'm not going to let that affect me no more. Now, what you choose to do as a person is your business. All I'm saying is find a way, however it is, because therapy is a good thing, but it may not be for everybody.
Well,
Maybe
the
it's just
thing
having
is,
that one person that you can talk to let all that shit out so that you can move on from that trauma.
well, Sean, let me just say this.
Sure
I've
said, well,
I've done the free trial of
Let the church
adulthood,
say
and I've
amen.
decided I don't like it, and I'm looking for a manager
Ain't
so I
ain't
can turn
ain't
my
no
card in.
ain't no free trial to adulthood. All that shit costs. Ain't no free
Yeah.
trial. This
Yeah, that
Well,
this
shit
ain't
costs a
America.
breathing
This
cost.
ain't America.
I
This ain't
I've
America
done
online.
I've done free trial. I've done the free trial, and
ain't no refund.
I'm turning in my card. I've decided I don't want to do this adult shit. Fuck them.
All right, cool.
So
That
in that case, you're gonna have to call the peoples and tell them, hey, I got these crazy thoughts. Y'all need to come get me.
okay. Like, we gonna go and
They
put you on the
already know.
fifth floor.
Look, they
That's the
already know.
only
They
that's
already
the
This way,
know.
only
go on and
way
send up
that's
that
the
back
only
signal
way
to the aliens. Tell them you ready to come
yeah,
home, honey.
that's the only way you're gonna get past that. Because other than that, you still won't have to pay your bills.
Oh,
You
I didn't say
still
I wasn't gonna pay no
you,
bills.
you still won't have to go grocery shopping.
Nah, Instacart will do that for me.
You still got to pay Instacart.
Who says?
That
In other
oh
words,
shit.
y'all just let it go because she got an answer for every damn thing right now.
hmm
You like that
She
little
just
ass kid that want
she
to
just
motherfucking pout and
I'm
shit.
yeah.
empty.
That
I'm
shit, ooh,
empty.
ooh, that's pretty.
Did
Hey,
nobody ask?
that's that's on you.
But yeah,
Um,
that-
You should have
so
re up.
So,
before you ran up.
that's
But that's
called
for
being an
the
adult.
that's exactly.
So no, but seriously
Anywho,
though, I am addicted to the almost, and I'm really trying to get away from that. That's why the last couple of relationships, I recognized it, and I actually have cut it off because I was like, yeah, there's a bunch of like, I don't want to be bothered with that. I don't want to be
And
bothered with you not having your own spot. I don't want to be bothered with you, like, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of I don't want to be bothered with. Listen,
understandable.
at this big age, if you don't have your own spot, why
But
not?
see, but then again,
Because have
life
you seen the
happens.
goddamn economy? That's why not. Shit.
Yeah,
No,
life happens. Life is. Motherfuckers be one day they up and
let
the next day,
that's why
next
I'm
thing
let
you
looking
know,
like, that don't
okay,
mean folks
wait.
ain't trying. Look at what the fuck is
No,
happening
ex-
outside.
exactly.
let me just say this.
Now, if you habitual with it, that's one thing. But
Right.
Right.
if
That's
life cut
what
you
I'm
off
talking
at the
about.
knees,
If life
that's
cut you off
something
at the
different.
knees, that's one thing. But if every time you like if we're talking and in general you have talked about the last 7 years, now the last 7 years ain't been fucked up. Now, if you talking about the last 7 years and you ain't never had your own spot in the last 7 years, and we 60 something, come on now.
Sure said it starts with the dynamic of the environment. It's hard when you have been indoctrinated to do and or be a certain way. Women have been indoctrinated to be packing mules no matter what. Yeah, but I still got to go back to what me and Sean said earlier. Whether it's a man, woman, don't matter as much as do you want better? And if you want
Right.
better, you got to be willing to look around your environment and find any goddamn thing you can to look as an example, to hold on to pull yourself up and to learn, because most of us are not out here getting shit handed to us.
Nope.
We're
Yeah,
not
but
out here,
sometimes this is better. This is
right?
better than what they grew up with, but that means they still don't have high
But
ambitions because
And,
what they grew up with wasn't the bar wasn't fucking high at the first
and
place.
but that's where I'm going with this. You don't have to. So when we come to the almost right, you ain't got to choose that person. People ask me, Jay, well, why are you single? If you're so great, why are you single? First of all, I mean, I think I'm amazing, and you're not gonna ever be able to convince me otherwise. I don't give a damn whether I'm single or married. Number two,
hello,
you
somebody.
okay? No, because when
That
I be
part.
like, I done already told y'all if I had a little bit more ass and I was a little bit more chocolate, I think I'm amazing already. But y'all really wouldn't be able to tell me shit. Let me just be real clear, okay? If I can figure out how to get a little bit more mocha in this caramel, you won't ever be able to tell me shit. But anyway,
That's
let me
just
get
like
back
you
on track.
telling me, baby, catch me in September. Catch me this time next year. You damn sure ain't gonna be able to tell me I'm more.
You understand what I'm saying? Like if I could just lay on somebody's beach and wake up chocolate, you wouldn't be able to tell me a goddamn thing. That being said, okay, that being said, number two, you can be great and you can meet a great person, and sometimes you're just not great
We're
together.
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 That just
Right.
because you meet a person doesn't mean you have to choose them or they have to choose you. Number
Right.
three, going back to what Sher's point is, yeah, the dynamic and the environment and all that stuff and everything you said too, Gypsy. But you know what? At the end of the day, you have a choice. You have a choice when
Right.
you meet that half-ass man or that half-ass woman to decide they are not where I need to be. They are not where I want to be, and I choose not to choose them. It's okay to say no. Just because somebody's interested in you don't mean you got to fucking choose them. It's okay to hurt somebody's feelings now so that you don't destroy yourself later trying to love somebody that's unhealthy or unhinged or psychotic or
Yeah,
need to
because
be
I'm gonna tell you
medicated
something.
or whatever the case may be. And then lastly, to sum all of this up, because I really feel like we get so caught up in, I don't want to say the excuse, but it starts to feel like a baked in excuse after a while of, well, we went through slavery. Yes, we went through motherfucking slavery. Yes, we are the most hated people probably
And
walking
we
the
didn't
fucking
go through
planet.
shit. Our
And
That
ancestors did.
and no, because if we look at it, it's still very much alive today in different ways. They might not be on goddamn farms, but it's
don't
still
you say?
alive. That being said, because that's a whole nother topic on a whole different episode. But that being said, oh, and since we're bringing that up, slavery didn't end for everybody at the same time. Okay, there were people that were
Right.
still enslaved up until the 70s and 80s.
It still ain't
Mhm.
ended. The
And
13th Amendment. It just
Well,
still ain't ended.
I'm talking about literal slaves and farms. But
They still live on slaves.
so yeah, that's within our lifetime right now. Okay.
Right.
But that being said, I'm again going back to what I said and what Sean just agreed with. It's still modern day slavery happening all over the place. We are just figuring out how to move around
prison
it.
life is. Modern day
Prison life,
slavery.
the pipeline from kindergarten to prison. But all of that being said, at some point, I feel like we have to take responsibility for the people that we've chosen. And I can look back and I will throw my hand up first and be like, sometimes I look back at some of the shit I did in my 20s, like, goddamn, girl, you was really going through. What the fuck was wrong with you? But I learned from that version of me. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean I'm but I'm better than what I was, and I continue to aspire to be better.
I think that's society that does that because I mean I'm not even gonna lie. When I was in my early 20s, you couldn't touch me with a relationship. I was just having fucking fun.
Sure said that's a fact, Jay, because you meet someone that is not necessarily a person. Facts. And I'm with you, Sean. Listen, every time they started talking about marriage, I was out. They used to call me runaway bride. I don't give a fuck how much I like you. I could date you forever. But from 20 to from 17 to like 35, marry who? No. And then finally, when I was like 36 or 37, I was like, okay, I guess I'll do this. And I did it.
And
I
see,
learned a lot
like,
about myself.
And see, like now, I've done it twice. Let me tell you something right motherfucking now. I told her, I don't give a damn. We either gonna make it
we
or we gonna die.
I said, we either gonna make it the next one. Listen, I'm not gonna be twice divorced. I'll be a widower.
That's what I'm saying. When I get
that's
married,
what I said.
God damn it, we gonna live together. We gonna die together. But one of these ways, we gonna motherfucking
right. That's what I said. I said I'm not gonna get divorced again. I'm gonna be a widow.
Cause see, here's my thing, and I'm gonna be honest. First of all,
Sean, if you met the right woman, you still feel like it's a no for you now?
Oh no, I'm not saying that at all. If it's the right one, then it's the right one. That
part, because I didn't intend to get married. Let me tell you, I'm petty. When me and my wife met, we were going to be adult friends and adult friends only. And then, like the song say, it was up, and then we were stuck.
And I'm all the way up.
And now 4 years and 1 year married later. That was the best random ass a dating app match because we weren't in either one's prior. Like she wasn't in my parameters, I wasn't in hers. The dating app matched us, and I was like, "Well,
you might as well try."
No, you were 30. You were above it. You were like a year above my age limit. Don't talk to my child like that.
Oh, wait. No, he said.
But nah, nah. We were supposed to be adult friends and adult friends only, and that's what we both intended.
And that's funny. Those are the best
hold on. She was kind of spicy in that response. She scared to get on camera.
Not at all.
Oh, tell her get on camera. I want to hear her side of the story.
Right, because her side of the story sound like her side of the story. Her side of the story sound like it's juicy.
I know. I want to hear her side of the story. I want to know what happened now.
Come here.
Yeah, cause see, she over there correcting you and stuff. So listen, since she over here correcting you, we want to. The dog said, "I got it." He said, "I got it." She said, "I got it."
Hell, God.
The dog said, "They gonna see me first, bitch. Look, I got it.
The dog said, "I got it."
What's up?
Hi, Pixie Sticks.
The dog said, "Yeah, Mama, he not telling the truth." No, let me stop.
And Sean, you and I've been rocking for some. The other Sean, you and I've been rocking for some years too, and I'll let you tell whatever you feel like telling as far as how we know each other. And
she helped me realize I was married to the almost. Hell.
Oh shit.
I mean, I wasn't
damn.
like that.
I mean,
Hey.
at that point, at this point, Jay been rocking since when we first started this. I'm gonna stop blaming my parents for my fucked upness.
We had some real deep conversations. Did we?
And there was a couple of
Wow.
times after I got through talking to her ass, I was like, I ain't talking to this motherfucker no
Right.
fucking
I knew
more.
you'd be
Right.
like, this bitch.
Right.
Now,
Like,
I'm
who
gonna tell
fuck
what I
asked
She got
you?
the ability of doing that, man. Like
But
she
you
just
know what? I
but she call us on
love
our
that
shit.
for me and her because it really brought me to a different place in my life. And
Right.
without the conversations that she and I had, ain't no way that woman right there would have even gave me a second look.
I love when I
So
help
I
love
do
I
come
love it.
together. And
yeah, like because
shout out to me because I ain't never gave up on. Ain't that what Snoop Dogg did? No, I'm just playing.
yeah, like I had to do some self-healing and I am grateful for where I am now. Now, granted, my therapist, I see her every Wednesday at 10 o'clock, and I swear to God, she just be like, what the why? How? She was like, you really, really make me do some research because like her favorite word is I have no clue how you still have your sanity. Because life at 29, I think my life, if I look at my experiences in life, you would think I'm at least 70. Like, again, but I grew up with parents who were kids with kids. And they are still fucking children. So.
Adults are nothing but kids with cooler toys.
Shit.
I mean, we're all kids running around in these adult
That
bodies.
is.
It just depends
Yeah,
on
for
how we
Exactly.
sure.
decide to show up every
Kids
day.
with
You know what
cooler
I'm saying?
toys.
But I love when I'm able to help somebody, you know, that's why I said I would let you decide how much you wanted to share because
There go cotton candy.
girl, come on here, girl.
Hey.
Tell us all about you tell us the real story because you was contradicting what Sean was trying to tell. So you gonna tell us the
I
real
did
story.
don't need to go on top.
He's an asshole.
She know that.
Mm.
They figured that out by now. My name's Sean.
Yeah, it looks like all shines are assholes.
He got me
I
fooled.
mean,
I think it's a prerequisite.
I ain't
I'm
gonna
not
say
gonna
it.
disagree. Shit.
I
Everyone I know is.
But
I ain't gonna say it.
I will say the asshole that Sean E is now.
It's not the asshole he was before.
Yeah. Like we did a lot of work. We did a lot of
Wow.
work, and I'm. That's why I'm like I'm gonna let you tell it. But you know, since you were willing to share, like I'm proud of you because, dude, I remember, and I know you stayed wanting to cuss me out after every session, and was cussing me out in some of the sessions, and I was
And-
like, I don't give a damn. Talk to you
Yeah,
next
like
week.
you might, and that is where. But I will be honest. That is where I learned to have my own voice. Because shit, the shit out, you know.
I know. Well, hey, wifey, love the hair. Okay.
You?
Mhm. And I don't know if you've gotten a chance to listen, but since you're on camera with us, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic of sometimes people get addicted to the almost?
To almost?
Yeah, addicted to the almost.
Oh, for sure. That's how things that should have ended a long ass time ago keep going.
Goddamn you, man, listen.
Or addicted.
Or I'm
We
sorry, I just remembered when I first heard about this topic.
Oh, look, her mind went straight to the gutter. Like
Oh shit.
the moment I said it, when you said it
I
to me
mean,
last week.
that gets you addicted real quick.
Hey, look,
Somebody
But you
got
know
that.
what?
another married to the almost for what 6.5.
Oh God, I don't know. I blocked it out.
But you know, that's the thing though, is sometimes when you said that, Sean, it made me think about something. Sometimes the almost is because of the fact that what should have been just a booty call. Now we didn't try to
Should have
turn it
stayed a one
into
night
a
stand or
marriage.
never been a
Tried
night
to turn a
stand.
hoe into a housewife.
Right.
And that's
Okay.
exactly what I tried to do.
Or a house
Right.
husband.
Oh,
And
look,
that's the
I was
thing.
total off topic. Jay, why is the almost married with a baby?
God damn. You know what?
After you.
Let me not judge because maybe
I'm
they've done
judging.
better.
I'm judging because guess when I almost got married?
Mm.
30 days after I did.
Oh, wasn't no healing in that. Okay. You know what? Let me be quiet.
But yes,
Anywho,
this is good.
where Gypsy go?
We don't know. She disappeared. She doing
I
something.
was thinking about that almost.
She
So
probably over there.
she done came
Oh,
back with ice cream. I ain't mad at you
Going,
because
though.
I want some brownies.
It's like
Yo,
The adult kind or the non-adult kind?
all of the above.
at this point, I would take an adult kind, but I could only have like a little piece and put the rest in the freezer.
Oh, send me that phone, send me that contact
Got
info, please, so I can
Got you.
get my
Sending it now.
But I feel like if you're addicted
But
to the almost,
here's what I'm gonna say about the almost as we get ready to start winding this down.
Mhm.
I think people choose almost often when they do choose it because almost doesn't require you to really grow. Almost allows you to stay right where you are and you can be in your bullshit and they can't call you on it because they are in their bullshit. And so a lot of times we will settle for someone, no matter how much we love them, we still may settle for them because we recognize they won't challenge us beyond whatever we feel like we are willing to give or offer in that moment or whatever we're willing to do. And it's enough and it works, right? And then sometimes people make it work for a lifetime. And then there are other people that wake up 5 years, 10 years, 20 years later and realize this some bullshit. And now I'm miserable and resentful and wish I hadn't done it.
Ooh,
so let me say
nah,
this
but I know somebody that's still dealing with it.
as just a piece of advice. I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do, but you should ABL always be learning
Mm-hmm.
and ABG always be growing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But too often that people get stagnant in that. It is motherfuckers that think that after they graduated high school they weren't supposed to learn shit else. It
I
don't-
I I, I have a good friend, and whenever we had conversation, he always called me Professor Sean because that's something I live by. And I'm not saying anybody has to do. I'm just saying it helps make you a better person. So when you find yourself in that type of situation and you're always growing and you're going to see that other person stagnating, that's going to make you make different decisions.
that part.
the addicted to the almost people are the ones that are stuck in the past. They're the ones that
That
like go to a high school reunion. Yeah, man, I
Woo!
star and blah blah blah.
Motherfucker, you peaked the ones that peaked in high school.
exactly.
I was all American. I was all letterman. And
Talking about
what
shit they
Exactly.
did 40 fucking years ago. Don't nobody care.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Exactly.
a 20-year reunion.
and that's what I was
What did
saying.
you almost do last night?
Mm-hmm.
That part.
I
Or
was prom king.
okay. And look, okay, so answer me this, because it might not be just my generation, it's probably y'all's too.
Riddle me this.
Yeah.
Y'all seeing y'all prom kings and queens, and you look at them and be like, what the fuck did life do to you?
Yes.
I don't even remember most of the people I went to high school with, but the few I've seen, yes, I had that question.
Because it's this, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know, because I didn't go to prom, so hey.
Me neither. But the few people, hell, I didn't graduate, but the few people I've run into
I graduated 6 months late.
that thought they were the shit and really was gonna do big things, or the people that were popular and their parents had the money, a lot of them ended up with a whole bunch of babies and not doing
That
a damn
part.
thing with their life. And so,
Ain't
yeah,
doing shit with their lives. Now, there's a
yeah.
couple of them that were super smart, they ended up with babies, but now they done finished their degrees and this, that, and the third. But it's like, yeah, or the ones that peaked in high school because they they got a baby by a teacher, but they swear he ain't the daddy.
Yeah,
Yep.
see, when we was in school, that wasn't going on like that.
The
But I'm
fuck
just
you
saying.
lying?
Yes,
Well,
we
I don't
did.
know what school you went to.
It wasn't on TikTok.
But
We know
Okay.
we
It
probably
wasn't.
were all
Yeah,
man,
they
watching.
just didn't talk about it. But yeah, I
Right.
know for a fact that one of my best friends was fucking with the coach.
I was
And
gonna
it's
say we probably
always the
were
no,
all
football
no, no,
watching
players.
no,
people
no,
that
no,
was
no, no,
messing
no, no, no,
with
no, no. Wait, wait, wait,
students.
wait, wait. No, that's
Mhm.
different. Male
What?
teachers have always been messing with little girls,
I know.
but as far as the women teaching messing with the little boys, that's something that's pretty new. That wasn't going on. That didn't start until like the late '90s.
Have you seen some of the
That
teachers
was the
back when
thing.
we was
Mary Kay
in
Letourneau was
school?
in the
That's why.
early 90s.
I mean, half of them was damn 40. I mean, 50. Yeah, 40, 50, 60. But when
Man,
you
they
got a
were.
teacher that's in their 20s, they not too long out of high school. Of
I
course,
mean,
they're
that's
gonna be
true.
trying to.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true.
No, they just weren't talking about it. Mary Kay Letourneau
No,
was
no,
in her early
you gotta
90s.
understand. You gotta understand.
And she
We
was,
way older. We got like 20 years
We got 20 years on you, baby.
at least.
I'm 55. I'll be 56 in a week.
and
You know what I'm saying? So
that
when
don't
we
mean
was
that
in
those pervs
school,
weren't still being pervs.
Oh, they was
Just because
this.
I'm young, they just weren't talking. They just didn't put it on TikTok.
They were quieter
the,
pervs.
the teachers that
That's
was
why the
doing that
pastors get
shit,
away with being pervs.
the
Not
teachers that
No,
was
the
doing
women weren't
that
doing that.
shit, the teachers, yeah, the female teachers that were doing that shit, they got kids younger than y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry, the women were doing it.
No, they weren't.
Usually
No, I
they were.
mean they probably
That was doing it,
were,
they were
but
baby.
not as
They
Ain't
were
not as.
nobody
baby.
want to fuck them and those old ass teachers that we had.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry. What is her? I cannot remember her name. Angela something in this current case with Haley Beck.
She's only like 30 something. We talking
No,
most of our
in
teachers
her 40s.
most of our teachers was like 50 something, 60
Okay,
something.
so y'all
Most of our
remember
teachers
Mary
was
Kay
grandmamas.
Letourneau? Was
Yeah,
that her name, Mary Kay Letourneau? And
Yep,
she
that's who baby was just talking about.
okay, yeah, she had the baby. I had stepped away for a minute, but she had the baby with Billy something. Actually had two
right.
kids with him, I think.
Had a whole family.
Mm-hmm. And kept going to fucking jail because she couldn't stay away from his ass. And so
Yeah, but he grown. Now he
he wasn't
grown.
grown then.
I know, but now
Yeah,
he grown.
But when did that happen though?
This
He
was
was
like 20,
13.
30 years ago.
Yeah, because he was like 13 when that
Yeah.
shit happened.
And 20, 30 years ago, was still in high school, Jay?
We was in our 30s.
I wasn't.
But 20
Man,
20 years ago, I was in my 30s.
my question was you still
Look,
in
you want me
high
to do it
school?
for you,
Was
Jay?
my question.
Let me see.
He ain't shit.
That was my question.
No, yeah, Angela Balaka is 47.
Listen, nigga, listen. No. But for real though, I'm just using it as an example. But I can remember back in high school, and there was this one big old dude. I think he was one of the coaches. I can't be sure, but I remember he was looking a little too long and in too many fucking conversations. I'll just say it that way. And I felt like with everything, you mean he was fucking somebody in that school, maybe a couple of them. I could be wrong, and that's why I'm not saying a name. But
She
I
dead?
really do believe that.
But no, I
Mary
said the men been doing it.
Right,
Oh,
but
the
what I'm
men been
saying is
doing it.
women do shit the same as men. A lot of times they just don't get caught. One,
Yep,
because boys often take it as a point of pride, and two, because even if they do feel abused or violated, they don't tell as often as women do for
Right.
various reasons. So yeah, I absolutely think it's been happening with women way more than it's talked about. Sure said, oh yeah, what was that for, sure? And then double nickels crew loading.
Yeah,
And
Mary Kay Letourneau, she was 34 when she was messing with that 12-year-old.
12-year-old, yeah. And when was
Yep,
that?
he was 12, and that was in 96.
Yep. And then so yeah, I was in high school. And then
You was in high school in '96?
Yes, nigga. I wouldn't have graduated till 98.
God damn. Shit,
96 was a good year.
I was
Hell,
20.
I was
I
born
was
in
20.
96.
I was 26 years old, and I thought that was the sickest shit ever.
Yeah,
Who is Sister Mary Carlita was 60 to 70 years old? Who is that?
I don't know
She
who
had
that
to. She
is.
had to be a Catholic teacher somewhere.
I was
With
gonna
Yeah,
say
them,
but
one of them nuns.
Uh,
They
but
okay.
yeah, so I fully think that women were doing it just as much as men. They just didn't get caught as often or called out as often. And
well,
you know,
we all know women are sneaky as hell, and men are stupid. So
men don't tell because they believe it's a badge of honor to be fucking somebody
nah,
older.
shit. That's you see, that's what you wrong. Cause a little young motherfucker gonna go tell everybody like, shit, I'm fucking her. That's how they be getting caught.
but that being said, again, tying it back into the conversation of the almost, I think that a lot of adults like to mess with younger people, whether they are a child, or they may be both adults, but that person is significantly younger than them. I think they
Right.
like the almost potential because that person is still not quite fully formed. They're not as mature. They don't have as much lived experience. They don't have as much understanding of self or awareness of the world, society, expectations, all those things. So they're more malleable. They're more control. They're more easy to be controlled. They're more susceptible to that manipulation sometimes. And that's not saying that that older adults aren't, but I
It
I
depends on
think
the
it's just
person though.
depending on what a person wants. There's nothing in me that wants to date a child, like nothing,
Nothing.
nothing.
It
And
depends.
I can even like after you get to a certain point, it's just like,
I
what
don't
the
even want to talk to nobody under 35. Like, goddamn, you still a baby to me.
I mean, but
At
it
35.
depends on if the person got the right talk.
Right.
If
I
they
know
got
you
the
don't.
right talk, if they got the right talk,
I
I
kid you
mean,
not.
he would have to come with something significant. And I'm not saying that it's not possible, but I'm just saying, to me, in fairness of lived life, also knowing that I'm not birthing any babies, I wouldn't want to get that
Period. Pooh.
experience from somebody, you know what I'm saying, at that age, if they're not sure if they want to have kids or not. Like, I think there's a lot to be considered when you're dating somebody younger, and a lot of people don't consider that. Sure, you said your 8th grade teacher. Okay, I'm confused.
Right.
Why would we come out
that
her?
Was she messing with somebody in school?
Right.
Sure.
not
Probably.
Why would we talk
not
about
at
her, sir?
not at 60 or 70.
Let there be light.
You
Hell,
don't know
it's
that.
people that
She
got
could have
granny
been.
fetishes. Yes, yeah, it's people that got whole granny fetishes. So they might have. You'll never know at this point.
I mean, eighth grade, you what 13, 14, and you tell me
No.
you gonna be looking at a 67-year-old like, ooh, I want that. Okay.
I don't know.
Hey, it's some out here.
I don't put nothing past anybody at this point in life,
Uh,
because I've met some children that are so damn devious. You trying to think who the fuck raised you, like, so
That's the problem. Nobody.
yeah.
Some of them, nobody.
That part.
And they run around here like whole ass adults running the show. So I mean, how many children, think about the fact that a 34-year-old wanted to sleep with a 12-year-old.
Well,
Think about that.
Tragic.
that one that's in the news right now, the whole thing with her is she obviously was not the popular one in school. She didn't have it in school, so now she's out here trying to live it like she was in high school. And she's like, I'm almost the cool kid.
And who is
And
that?
the student that she's sleeping with, that's also being the other teacher, is like, I only mess with you because you give me money and blowjobs. And last year I wouldn't even talk to you because you were fat and ugly. And she's still like, we were almost cool.
Oh my
So
God.
now that's all.
Wow.
You're not almost dumb. You flat out are.
And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, how many adults are so emotionally stunted and fucked up that to them, they would give head to a child to get accolades or get approval, right? To feel wanted. Like, it's
and that's
crazy as fuck to me. I can't process it. But there are adults out there who will do that, man or woman or other, because there is something so lacking within them. There's something so broken, because I don't know how else to describe it, that they will do that to feel better or to feel wanted or to have a person. Again, think about it. 34-year-old woman wanting to have sex and have a child, not one,
with
but
a 12-year-old.
It was 2 or 3 babies with that little boy.
I can't even
Yeah.
process.
That's because he wrecked those guts like she never had it before.
Oh my God.
But nah, honestly, and seriously, that's why mental health is important, and you need to get your shit together.
But then
'cause
my
that-
question is, this is my other question. How are the parents missing this shit?
Man, I ask that question all the time.
They no, because they the parents that be like, oh, here's the iPad, leave me alone. Or here's the TV, leave me alone. That's what kind of parents they are. Oh, you want a new video game? Okay.
Let me tell
Well, I
you,
ain't gonna lie.
Sean.
Now, I feel like
Sean,
too.
They're not.
now wait. When I was a kid, the kind of parents we had, listen, the kind of society we lived in, they would come on TV at 10 o'clock and say, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
Oh, okay.
Like, for real. They actually came on TV and said that. And so, yeah, these kids have a bunch of hands-off stuff going on. Listen, they tearing up the fucking Navy Yard every weekend over here. And now they're going to start putting the parents in jail. If your kid breaks curfew, they're going to put your ass in jail.
Yeah,
Because
they
the
just did the
kids,
same thing in
they tore up Chipotle here over there at the Navy Yard. What they don't understand is, and the news
That's
just
federal
happened to be
property.
down there. Oh, Mark Furman died.
Who the fuck is that?
That's the dude
Mark-
that set up OJ. But OJ killed that
Mark
bitch.
Thurman. No, he
Oh,
did.
okay. Yeah.
He definitely killed it. But
Oh,
Mark
he
Thurman,
did it. But
he
Mark
was a
Furman,
cop.
he was
was
a
a
dirty
cop.
cop.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say he just died.
But shit, when you was a kid, TV used to go off.
I know.
And I'm not trying to be funny because it went off when I was a kid too. That's how. See now, here you go. That's how I know it went off. I was just saying because she said when I was a kid they used to play that commercial. I'm like, and my point is TV used to go off. Like it wasn't TV 24/7.
Yeah, cause CNN didn't start until 1980, and it didn't stay on
With your
either.
nosy ass.
Fucking Sports Center was the first 24-hour channel.
Cause
Right.
I was gonna say, hell, everything else after so long, you had the infomercials. That's when they start. After so long, that's when they start selling the adult toys. That's when all that shit started.
But see, that's when TV started staying on all day. But before
Right.
that, TV used to cut off. You be watching something, you be like, all right, we're gonna play the national anthem, boop, and the channel
And
is
that's
just gone.
it. And it'd
Yep.
be like,
Damn.
that's what you would hear. You would hear that little snow sound, and TV have these little black and white speckles on it. They didn't even have no commercial or nothing. 'Cause first, when the national anthem played, they used to put these colored bars across the screen. It would go beep, and then after a while, it go.
Snow. White
Well,
noise
damn.
and snow.
Yeah, I ain't had that part, but it went after so long. It wasn't number infomercials on.
I remember the infomercials. And so going back to the question
Sham
about
Wow.
parents.
I said Sham Wow.
And wait, there's more.
You can get it for the great low price of $39.99 with no shipping.
So listen, in all jokes aside, for a moment,
Oh yeah.
we'll say going back to the part about where the parents, a lot of the parents are doing other things and finding places to drop their kids off. Now, that being said, there are a lot of parents that are working.
I was about to say that there's some parents that are trying to keep a roof over their head.
Right. There are a lot of parents that are working, trying to make ends meet, but oftentimes, not all the time, but oftentimes I do believe that there have been times when people have been more susceptible or children have been more susceptible because those parents had other activities they were trying to participate
And I think
in.
those are the kids that are targeted.
Well, here's
Right.
Yeah.
here's where
Because I will speak from that perspective of, again, growing up with two parents that were addicts. I was often dropped in situations where I should not have been, and made susceptible. So that's how I learned how to fight. I'm gonna park that there and leave that there and keep it moving. And so a lot of kids are susceptible to things, right? Because they don't have anybody to defend them. They can't defend themselves, or that adult is able to trick them into feeling like, oh, well, it's okay, let me teach you. Or they threaten them, or they say, if you tell, I'm gonna hurt your family. You know, any number of things happens to keep kids silent or complacent a lot of the times, right?
They don't have to threaten these days, though. That's the thing. They don't have to threaten these days.
That's because OnlyFans has made it look like it's supposed to be like that.
Not even OnlyFans. It's just there's so much out there, and
social media in general.
Like this one particular case, it's all over my YouTube, so it's pretty easy to talk about. And I have my theories as to why they let this happen. But this kid's parents, they knew. It only became a legal matter because his grandmother said, this is not right. His grandmother said it. His parents knew. They had seen snaps, but this teacher was doing his homework. He was in this teacher's class at one point. Then there's the other teacher, and he was a football star.
That sounds like the R. Kelly situation.
I was about to say that. That sounds like R. Kelly. Like they was giving their kids over to him because they wanted their kids to be stars and wanted to be rich. And so they gave him their children.
They didn't want to mess with his football chances of having a football scholarship. So they just said, he's an adult. He wants this. He's cool with this. Never mind the fact, like, in 10 years, he's going to be like, I was preyed upon.
Or the fact that he going to lose that damn same scholarship because who the hell finna do that when he get to college?
Does anybody remember the documentary on Netflix? But it was a young man. I don't remember whether he had cerebral palsy or autism or what. And his caregiver. Like,
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I don't remember that, but I do remember that girl in coma is pregnant. And they said it was the caregiver at the damn home.
That happens as well. But yeah, there's a documentary on Netflix. I love you. Oh God, I can see it in my mind, but I can't see the title. But yeah, he is not able to live on his own. I'm going to say it that way because I can't remember what his exact diagnosis is. And he needs full-time care. He can't even talk. He has to use a machine to help talk. But his caregiver, they were saying that it was a whole battle that turned into his family saying that he had been taken advantage of and abused. And I think the caregiver was saying, well, no, we love each other. And who can rightfully say, because this person is not as developed mentally and emotionally and can't fully communicate verbally, right? So it's like, when is it that people are able to love and deserve love and worthy of love and should have love? And when is it that they're being preyed upon regardless of their age? We also have to consider that.
Regardless of his age,
when they don't have the mental capacity, that's
neglect, or it's abuse, because he does not have full mental capacities, and she's a person of authority.
Right. I mean, I feel like she should have an ass beat and be up under the jail. But that was just my personal opinion.
That part,
y'all ever seen That's My Boy?
No.
It's an Adam Sandler movie.
Oh hell.
Oh wait, I heard of that. I want to say I did.
The moment he said Adam Sandler, I was.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
It's basically that's what happened. He had got taken advantage of by the teacher, and she went to jail. He had to raise the kid himself. Yeah, he would go visit her in jail. Like, I'm still in love with you, Mrs. He would call her Mrs. whatever her name, I forget, but.
Hell no.
Yeah, it's that type of situation.
Wow.
Crazy as hell. I will.
Mm-hmm.
As we close out tonight, so Sean got to witness this. Sean E got to witness this on my page. As we close out tonight, I feel like I would be remiss if I did not bring this up because I had a good time trolling.
No,
So,
the Little Dick Coalition.
Right, I did. I saw that, and I was like, "Ooh,
so
Baby.
last week, you know, with that Kevin Hart roast, I could not watch the whole thing. Like, I literally didn't make it 5 minutes in, and I was like, "This is
I ain't
not for
watched
me."
none of it."
I've never been a
Right.
fan of roast. Let me say that for context. But I was just trying to, you know, do something different. Didn't care for it. But based on what people were saying, I wanted to at least see the Chelsea Handler portion because she was real intentional on calling out some bullshit. So I was like, okay, bet. Then I was hearing about the Cheryl Underwood, the joke about her husband who's deceased, and then I was hearing about the Cat Williams and Regina Hall.
Oh, Regina
Right.
Hall.
So I specifically fast forwarded to those portions. Anyway, so me being me, I said what the fuck I want to say because it's my page and I don't give a damn what you think. So I made a statement and said if it had been me, they wouldn't have been able to keep me off of his ass if he got up there joking about my dead husband who jumped off a fucking bridge. Now, I didn't say what he should have said to her or not. I didn't say what she should have given the okay to because I do understand they had to approve all of that stuff. What I said was what I fucking said. I wouldn't have approved it and they wouldn't have been able to keep me off of his ass if he had said it because to me, it's not funny. That being said, the little dick and unwashed opinions community came out of their caves and my post went viral with like 50,000 impressions, over 1,000 comments, thousands of shares. And baby, when I tell you they came for me,
The
and I had
Little Dick Coalition, baby, they came out in full force. It was like,
I had me a good time. When I tell you I was in them comments, one man said, "You hoe." I said, "Yo mama."
hell, I told one of them, you clearly did not have a mama that loved you because she clearly did not teach you respect. The fuck?
And then one guy was like, "Some bullshit." No, he said, "Imagine looking like you and having an opinion." I said, "Imagine your mama not swallowing what she should have, and now the world has to deal
right.
with you."
I saw it. I saw that, and I was
So,
like, "Ooh."
when I tell you, I had, and I will say this, it was a handful from what, because I didn't read all them comments. I just kind of popped in here and there, responded to people. It was a handful of Black people, but for the most part, it was the unmelanated crew. And it started off as mostly men, and then women got in the conversation.
Which ain't nobody studying these. My thing is this. And like I said it when I commented, everybody is entitled to their opinion. Everybody, you can disagree with my opinion, but why do we have to be disrespectful?
Right.
Why you got to start name calling? Why we got to start doing? And then somebody
because people do that when they don't have a valid argument.
Imagine looking like you and having a pen.
People do that when they don't have a valid argument. That's why they name call.
And then then he have some other picture that wasn't even him posted.
It's always
right. Right. And most of them didn't have their own profile faces up. They always have like the anime and the avatars and all the other things. Like I said, most of it was unmelanated men and some women jumping in. But when I tell y'all, I cried so hard. I was coughing to the point it hurt because I was laughing so hard.
They brave beyond the keyboard, but yeah, you're right.
But
honey, they don't know. They don't know I'm a roll-up queen.
Yeah,
I'll find out where your ass is and pull up at the house.
Listen, I tell y'all, I had me a good time because I was in them comments trolling, and I would just pick random people and say some bullshit and keep it moving. Yeah. But I was so tickled, and the reason I brought it up is because next week we're talking about you want passion, but you're afraid of exposure, and you can apply that to anything, right? You can apply that to sex, you can apply that to life, you can apply that to your opinion. See me, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say what I said, and when people kept challenging me, how you gonna be offended? I never said I was offended. What I said was where my boundary is in the sand, and I stood on that shit. I don't give a damn what you think. And then people were trying to talk about the point of a roast. No, I don't give a fuck if it's called dark humor. Dark humor doesn't mean racist
And it don't mean
Okay.
disrespectful.
And disrespectful or derogatory. It can be a difference. There can still be a border that you don't cross when you, because people were making jokes about George Floyd. People were making jokes about shit that I don't remember who said it, but one of them was talking about Kevin Hart being lynched, hanging from a fucking tree. Like, again, there's some shit to me
That just ain't never
that
funny.
just ain't gonna never fucking fly. I don't give a damn how you corral it. So I feel like this is a good lead into next week's topic of exposure. Like, a lot of times we want something. We as Black people, and where I'm going with this is, I think they really thought I gave a damn, and they could kiss my whole ass because I was willing to bend over and let them have it, right?
Right.
We as Black people oftentimes are not wanting to deal with what comes when we truly speak up. And I think this is why some people are afraid. And I understand when it comes to your livelihood being on the line, when it comes to your community and how they see you, your family and how they see you, your friends, your whoever, your person, your kids, your parents, whoever. Me, I've gotten to a point, thankfully, because I walked that line, and we talked about it in the early days of the podcast, where I really struggled with existing in this space, existing in the corporate space, and the different spheres that I walk in. And one day I just had to get to a point of saying, man, fuck it, I'm just gonna be me, and that's going to clear out people that don't want to connect with me and make room for the ones that do. And I've had to really just be okay with that, right? So when it comes to exposure, one of my Facebook friends messaged me and said, I'm so glad your post went viral, and I see it benefiting you using it. And I said, yeah. She said, buckle up, because you can handle it. I said, and you know I can. Listen,
Right.
damn. And I slept good. But my point is, Nadina said, Ronnie said people are brave behind the keyboard, and Nadina said it was the most shocking doc ever. Okay, you're talking about the documentary with the young man and the caregiver. I'm thinking, Nadina, confirm that for us. But yeah, like, we as Black people, going back to something you said, Sean, I'm not gonna say I have the answer. I don't know. I've heard people say everybody need to vote fucking Republican just to get somebody in office, and then vote some Black Republicans. I've heard people say we need to vote more liberal. I've heard people say we need to convert nonpartisan. I don't know. I don't have the answer. What I do know
Actually,
is that we as
Sean,
Black people have to be willing to be more exposed and speak the fuck up at the
Sean
polls and in
E.
everyday life.
Actually, Sean E. Black people were traditionally Republican until Kennedy
Yep.
came along and gave us the Voting
That's
Rights Act and all
that's
of that
not
stuff.
that's
That
not
is true. That
that's not
is true.
Republican was a
that's
different
that's
Republican
not
was
Was
true.
different back
That
then.
is true.
It
My
was
dad said it too.
it was after the Civil War where the paradigm shift kind of happened, because most people
We're
were
more
Democrat.
conservative.
Most okay. I'm not. It's because this is going to turn into a whole different thing. But I'm not going to get
So
into.
can we
But
put that down,
most
Sean, to remember to circle back to
slave
that next
owners,
week?
No, let him finish.
most slave
I am.
owners were Democrats, and yes, most Black people were Republicans that could vote, but because of the changes that a lot of Republicans, especially Lincoln, was introducing, made them say, you know what, I'm not, the people that were Republicans, like, well, the people that were Democrats is like, I'm not going to vote Democrat because of this or that, and because these Black people, and, because they wanted, and they, even with Lincoln, that's the whole thing too, because Lincoln didn't end slavery for the good of people. He ended it for monetarily things. So
And
it's
them
a whole
motherfuckers got
thing.
reparations
Yeah. And
It's
for
a
the end
whole
of
thing.
slavery.
what I see is the Black Republicans that I see and I know, I don't trust them sons of bitches no farther than I can
Oh
kick
no,
them.
you shouldn't.
I don't trust Republicans. I don't trust politicians. My bad.
You're basically
I don't trust a politician. I don't trust them, because my thing is this: you're going to do what's in the best interest of your pocket,
Right.
not me. I am a minority of a minority. You ain't finna do shit for me, but try to erase my Black ass.
Right.
So
And that's exactly what they're doing.
what I was trying to say before, because I want to make sure y'all finish, but I was also asking, like, hey, let's make sure we table mark, or shit, not the right word, bookmark this.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like this is worth a deeper discussion, both Sean and Sean.
Yeah.
And so let's circle back to this. If you're able to join us next week, Sean, and I'm so sorry. Please forgive me, wifey. I cannot remember your name. Please charge it to my head and not my heart. What's your name, girl?
Marquita.
Hey, Marquita. Okay. So Sean and Marquita, if you're able to join us next week, we would love to have you.
Look at this bullshit.
Huh?
Georgia on they stupid shit.
What
Damn
just
mayor
happened?
resigns after he fired the entire police damn department.
What
because one
happened?
of the officers got into it with his wife.
Wait, what
Oh my
happened?
God.
A mayor here in Georgia resigned from his position because he fired the entire police department over a dispute with his wife.
Okay, so let's talk about that next week, because that sounds like some real bullshit. I'm sleepy. I ain't gonna even lie. We've been on here. We've been over here 2
Seeing
hours
that we are
and
in an
15 minutes.
election week, that it kind of came up because
Yeah.
I love my great state of Alabama, but them options y'all got for governor is piss poor. And the closest I would go to voting would be, I guess, the Boyd guy, because
I don't even like the current mayor we have in Birmingham, and they be singing his fucking praises all over Facebook, and I can't understand it. That's all I'm gonna say. So,
I'm gonna keep my comments to myself on that.
so
Because I don't live there anymore, so I don't have a dog in that fight.
right.
But my grandmother does, and my sister does, and I like him to a certain extent because he has good intentions. But your good
Intentions
intentions,
paved the way to hell.
God damn, can you not get out?
Table it.
But yeah, nah, they sing his fucking praises, and I'm just like,
If you turn that motherfucking cup over, Sean, I'm gonna fight you. Okay.
That nigga sleep.
No, because
Lord.
normally when we done, we start turning our cups over. I can't turn either my bowl or my cup over because they still got stuff in it. So fuck all y'all.
Nah,
Anyway,
I was gonna say bon voyage, arrivederci,
to close
ciao.
us out, to close us out, Sean and Marquita, if you could join us next week, we would love that. You're welcome anytime. Sean, goddamn, what's your name? Sean P. Make sure we circle back to that next week, because I really do think we need to dive deeper into that, and it's a worthwhile topic, and it does talk about all the things, right?
Yeah,
Exposure and pleasure.
I'm gonna train y'all up right. It's SP, not Sean P. SP.
I'm trying to close us out. Shit, let me just have it. Let me just have
look.
it. Let me be great. Let me be great. I'm sleepy. Let me be great.
I can't have you be smirching my name though.
Yes.
That being said, thank y'all for those of you that hung in here with us. We went a little bit longer tonight. Thank you for those of you that are loyal and faithful. Y'all rocking with us. You're catching the replays. You're boosting our engagement. You're helping us build our numbers. We appreciate you. Thank you to our sponsors, Benny Mac on First Downtown, the barbershop downtown Birmingham. Thank you to Alicia and her sister. They are our sponsors. They do the adult edibles. I couldn't remember what she called it, so we're just gonna go with that. And then thank you to adult treats. And then thank you to Fantastic Nails, because they always get me right, and they are located downtown Birmingham as well. If you are looking for somebody Black owned, small business to support. With that being said, make sure you hit that link in our descriptions or use that email to shoot us your thoughts, your questions, your rebuttals, all the things that you want us to know. Give us topic ideas as well. Make sure that you like the channel, like the video. I'm getting sleepy. Subscribe to the channel and click that goddamn share button. Don't make me get my belt, okay? Click that share button.
I challenge y'all, our listeners, to send us some of the most intimate thoughts. Let me put it that way.
Oh, okay.
Y'all go ahead and send that. You can send it anonymously. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Want to know what's on your mind. So go ahead
Yeah.
and hit
What's
us
on your
up.
mind, man?
Hey, okay, so yes, with our Google form, you absolutely can send it anonymous. You don't even have to put your name or your email. If you just got something you want to drop to us, you can always just use that link to the form, pop it in there, and click the submit button, and it'll send it to us, and we'll make sure to share it. Tell us your thoughts, your actions, baby. What y'all out here getting into, okay? Because the world is on fire in fucking hell, but we still got to figure out how to thrive every day. So there it is. Love y'all. What did Tevin Campbell say? What did he say, y'all? What did he say?
Audi 5000. Bam.